I see a good thing arising. I see more goes on the way. I see a good thing arising. I see greatness when they play. They scored a goal tonight. Will make new just quite a sight. It don't matter who's on the right. I see their chemistry growing. I know this duo could be huge. I see the talent overflowing. I hope the Poho keeps a nooge. They scored a goal tonight. Will make new just quite a sight. It don't matter who's on the right.
6:01 with the Neelsen Show. Welcome to another dose of the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We've got live coverage from now up until 1 o'clock later on today, and then things just get better and better as we'll replay the Neelsen Show a little bit later on. Lock Shop will be locked in as well, and then some more content coming your way tonight at edmontonsportstalk.com. Thank you very much for joining us. Did you already crack a pack?
Yeah.
This guy already cracked a pack today.
Well, what are you going to do? Jay's getting swept. You might as well crack a pack, you know?
Don't even get me started on the Jays.
It's okay, but it's okay. We'll have a fun show today to get you back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
By the end of today's show, by the time you're listening to the replay later this afternoon, you'll forget all about it.
You'll forget all about it.
Oh,
I've got a list of randoms I want the Jays to fire. Like people that you have never heard of. We're going to get into that as we work our way through the show today. Holy smokes, look at this. An all goalie pack. Sorokin, Darcy Kemper, who tell me this does not look a little bit like Olaf Kolzig.
Yes, that's the best card of the.
Does that not look like Cole? This is an amazing card.
Great, isn't it? Yeah.
That's a great card, Darcy Kemper. And then the Marc-Andre Fleury net keepers.
Oh, so you've got the subset. With
Three
the,
goalies.
I like that.
Three goalies in that pack. Yeah, the packs are back. We'll be cracking. We also got something we're going to hop into. What a day yesterday. What a day. The meeting days are always huge. Meeting days are always huge. If you want to chime in, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox. And we'll get to this a little bit later on, but Paris Jewelers, drop-off from Paris Jewelers yesterday. We've got something that we're going to share with you. And how about the day for Maddie Awanek?
Hey, Matt, what time is it?
Yeah. You should know.
Could you?
They brought in these huge Bulova, like a clock. Like it looks like
it's like
it looks like a watch, but it's a clock, and it's got Manchester United right on it. So it was a great little present for Maddie Awanek, who, by the way, is in an amazing mood early today.
I've never seen anything like it.
The energy that Awanek is bringing to the table today is unlike anything we've ever seen in our life. So that's big.
It's smoked brisket cheesesteak night.
I think that's why. I think it's because it's smoked brisket cheesesteak night.
People are talking.
Everybody's super excited about it. Now, we won't be there for about 12 hours, and there's lots to get to between now and then, but it is smoked brisket cheesesteak night. And where are we going to be this evening?
The Centric Casino Sports Bar Lounge, Centric Casino, Fort Road, where every day is game day.
For the Bears and Commanders. What are they giving away? I think I saw Trev in the YouTube chat saying they're giving away a Justin Fields jersey tonight.
Okay, that makes
sense. So that's nice. But then they got the square board.
That'll be for the square board, and then you can qualify into a trip for 2 to L.A. as well to catch the Rams and the Browns. Square board's free. Getting into the trip draw is free. It's all free. You might as well show up. Use that money you would otherwise spend at some other contest-based place and buy some smoked brisket cheesesteaks. Drink specials as well. You got the ponies, the Caliente Greyhounds.
And the whole crew.
The Bears and Commanders. Yes, and not just the crew. Your entire families will all be.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your entire family will be there. I'm going to have
Dad. I'm going to have Elizabeth ride on Marshall's shoulders in a trench coat and try to get in tonight. We'll see how it goes. Maddie, did you say you have a family coming too now?
Dad's showing up.
What?
Supposed to.
Mr. Awanek in the house.
And there's a chance Mom might as well.
What?
So.
Oh, my God. What a day. What a night. Tommy and his brother will be having a spat. Like, Tommy will probably be at one end of the table. Paulie will be at the other.
They won't sit together.
No, they're not going to sit together.
They won't even look at each other.
It's funny. Tommy, during the oil stream yesterday, because we're all smelling him, he said we're all like brothers to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because are we just now going to get in fights with Tommy?
Does that mean we're going to have to get into brotherly scraps with Tommy Gazzola?
No, just be a friend.
Who, by the way, if you didn't see the beginning of the oil stream yesterday, go back and check it out. Obviously, it's archived on YouTube. He did smell delicious
Pretty
yesterday,
good.
though.
I had to come in for a whiff.
Holy smokes.
And then when he got here, he ran down the room, so he just spread it all around. Like, it was
It's
majestic.
You know what we should set up is like, you know how we're doing this beer with Alley Cat.
Oh,
We should have like the scent of Gazola. Like we
cologne.
should team up with a cologne company and do something where it's like, what are you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing Gazola. Like that name itself could be a name for a musk
or something by Gazola.
Oh,
Or like,
that's good.
you know, like,
Fresh
Whispers
by Gazola. That would be awesome. All right, so we had the delivery yesterday. A big day here yesterday.
Yeah,
We'll
lots
get
of
into the meeting. A significant change to the show today. And I teased it a little bit yesterday. Basically, in your mornings, your drive to work now, we are hoping to provide you with something that you would have never had the opportunity to get in Edmonton, really.
You're kind of getting it right now
Yeah, it's already happening.
in a roundabout way.
And you don't even technically know it. So if you're watching right now or you're listening, 780-218-9999, or if you're watching on the Nasty Chat this morning, try to guess what the change is. Because it's sort of here, but like we know it's here right now, but you don't know it's here, so
It's always here.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
especially now.
Yeah.
We can just keep dropping the riddles. It's
Come
nobody's
on,
ever
now,
gonna
get your
figure it out.
guesses
Nobody's ever
in.
gonna figure it
What's
out.
the big change here? What's the big change on the
dare
show
you.
today? Joe, not exotic. Text in at 780-218-9999. Awanik must have been to seductions this morning. Why is Maddie in such a good mood? Oh, well, he went to the old Seductions adult massage place at 5:15 this morning.
One body slide, please.
Oh, God.
Do you
Guy-
take coupons?
Tom Ye versus Paul Ye. That's it. Fry Ye.
Frye by Gazola.
Tom Ye. Oh,
hello?
Frye by
Yeah,
Gazola.
yeah.
That's
You're going out, right?
That's
for
it.
the
Oh,
weekend,
this is
eh?
a good one. We're naming Tommy Gazola's scent right now. Late by Tommy G. That's a really good
I
one
like
as
that.
well. 780-218-9999 or in the Nasty Chat this morning. Sheldon is wondering if it's a trampoline. No, the change to the show does not involve a
yes.
trampoline just yet, but wouldn't that be something one day? I think that would be pretty fun. I think that'd be a pretty entertaining time. So,
you got room.
Paris Jewelers did drop off a couple of other things that we're going to get to. They're in these little bags. We'll open them up a little bit later on. These are real fancy things.
You're going to love this.
Turns out Paris Jewelers has really nice stuff, and we're going to show that off. All you nerds, mark it down to your calendar. Somewhere on the show today, we show you something really cool from Paris Jewelers. You know what else we have that was dropped off yesterday that we'll get to at 8:25 today?
Well,
We've been asking for it, and Corey didn't take long to deliver from
and
Acme
how
Meats.
convenient it was during the meeting.
Oh,
I mean, he knew what he was doing, right? He's a showman.
we sit down. Tommy's mid first presentation, that photo that we tweeted out, and knock on the Edmonton Sports Talk office's door. And who is it? It's Corey from Acme Meats. And what does he have? He's got a bag of what we've been asking for, show meat. Now, can we sculpt this into show meat, Otani? Wait.
That's
Also,
gonna be a challenge.
I mean, I got beef here, and then we'll get to the list of people that need to be fired in the Jays, and we'll obviously get into the Oilers and Flames last night. I'll just say this: there's no rush today. You and Trevor.
Lay it on me.
You and Trevor. So
Lay
I
it on
got a little bit of beef. So remember when we first put the beer fridge in and we had the beer? I think you and I were here, Awanik, and I was like, yeah, it seems wrong to crack a beer without Eric for the first time here in the office. So we all leave yesterday after the meeting, and you and Trev crack into the show meet early yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Was it your idea or was it that YouTube Trev's idea?
All my idea. He was
Wow.
he was very
He was probably hesitant about it.
like he thought this was a trick, maybe like a
Another
an
test?
old trick, a test, yes, if you will. No, I wanted to make sure that we weren't getting poisoned, so I decided to take it upon myself to test the meat out, and I said, Trevor, would you like a piece as well? So we each took a piece. It was the regular
Yes.
jerky. It wasn't the, what?
Yes, I wanted to make sure it was
Somebody's
good for
gotta-
everyone else. I was
somebody's gotta be the
testing.
brave one
That's
here.
a bogus.
Somebody's gotta be the brave
That's
one.
That's the father going to the Halloween candy bag. I got to go through your candy to make sure everything's good, and then you take the best stuff for yourself.
I didn't try the pepperoni. We just tried the regular jerky.
So what did we get for a show meat delivery? I mean, you've already tried half of it, but what did we get? Is there any left? I hope Trev came in last night. He doesn't have
Well,
key,
that's
does he?
good. Yeah.
Does Trev have a key?
Yeah,
No,
I
need to actually
feel
get
like
that.
Trev could eventually end up, if we get him a key, he might just secretly move in here.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I
like when I
like to
lived
see
at the radio station in Fort Mac for 3 weeks.
bringing
Same type
some,
of thing.
Friends of the evening around.
Yeah, oh, classic YouTube Trev.
No, but there's like
What a
pepperoni,
dog.
I think a pepperoni and a few packs of jerky.
And there's 3 types of jerky,
3 types of jerky.
and
Hot.
there's a hot. I want to say there's a.
It's really good.
I'll have to go read it.
Very delicious.
The other thing, there was a sausage, and I can't remember pepper and garlic.
Something
Or
like that.
something like
So you can use the stick of
pack's
the,
all over the other end, so I got to go run and grab it right away.
You can use the jerky as like an arm and a leg in the sausage.
That's what I mean. I feel like you could go jerky, sausage bar party, and then what do we use? Paper clips, maybe?
Oh,
Like
I'm
paper clips or something?
meat on meat. Like I'm shoving the jerky into the sausage.
Do you think if we got one of those torches, we could melt the meat together to actually make show meat Otani? Maybe.
I'm melted?
I don't know how that works. Anyway, show meat arrival, and we're going to dive into that. I got beef at around 8:25-ish, I guess, today. Library Pat says, is the big change that you've unlocked the Vault archive? Please?
He's skipping
Actually,
around.
you know what's amazing is that we have, but that's not even the big change.
No, yeah.
Like,
Great
that's
guess.
it's funny you bring this up, Library Pat. By the way, somebody on the Nasty Chat says that they can't listen to the live stream, but I think the live stream's working because we're getting a bunch of texts.
I turned on our live stream on my phone and it was working.
Okay, so
I
who
wish
is
I
that?
knew how to help people
Figure
with
it
this,
out
but I
here.
gotta.
Kulina,
out
it's
something.
working for everybody else. So just a heads up. VR Montenegro says a 4th hour, perhaps. No, it's not a 4th
Good
hour,
guess.
but I think you'll like it just as much, if not more.
Actually, in a roundabout way, it could. I don't want to give too
Could
much away.
technically be turned into that kind of like.
Well, it kind of is with the time.
Same amount of content.
Hey, quiet, boys. Quiet.
You can't say it without giving it
We
away.
can't give it away until it clicks in
No,
for
right?
everybody.
It is almost like a.
It's kind of like bonus
kinda-
content.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's sort of like bonus content, but you can get into that. But anyway, so quick story on the Vault here.
Yeah.
If that Library Pat brings it up, it's great. 780-218-9999. We do in fact now have access to all of the old clips, and it's a matter of, I guess, at this point, sorting through them because Maddie tracks these down, and then he's like, "Oh, the file's ready to go." So
That's
I hop.
great.
I
That's
hop. Oh,
great
it's great.
news.
I'm like,
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah. So
man.
you're
This is
like,
gonna
wow,
be
this
great.
is- away we go.
got all the
Yeah.
clips. It's gonna be good. I'm actually opening it up right now here because we've got like a network in the office now. It's great. There are 32,000 audio files, and they are all only called numbers. So it's, well, I guess it goes up by 2 because there's another file that comes with it. But like right now, I'm just looking at the file called 0, and then there's 3, and then there's 5, and then there's 7, and then there's 9, and it goes all the way up to 30, almost 33,000 audio clips.
So
What did we do the math on it? Maddie did the math on it. If we were to play one of these clips every day as the sound of the day, it would take 41 years to play every single one of these clips.
And
That's
that
how
means
big
we
the vault
also
was.
did Saturday and Sunday shows too.
If we did you did that on a 7-day week scale?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, quickly, can you run that math on a 5-day scale? Like it would probably take us over 50 years to get through the vault. That's insane. Anyway, should I click on file 0?
What about 69?
Well, let's pick a number. Pick any.
So it's over 57 years, but that also includes we don't take any holidays off.
57
Oh,
years.
no.
So we're talking about 60 years or
7
something.
days a week?
I like the idea.
5 days a week, but we don't take holidays off.
I like the idea of a
Potentially.
57-year-old Marshall on the Neelsen show being like, well, here it is. Clip 32,190.
It's like the Canadians torch passing thing. Like,
All right, so what, you want to, there's a 68 or a 70.
I mean, maybe a random.
All
bit
right.
of a
Should we just go with 0?
number generator here? Yeah, well, yeah, start maybe at the top.
Somebody pick a number.
So-
There, Savage says play sound 12,457.
I like that one.
All right, 12,457, 12,800. Man, see, like this is insane how many clips we've got here now. And like I said, we do not know what these are. I'm assuming it's something that we could have played back in the day, so we could certainly play it now. What did you say, 57? I got a 55.
1, 2, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, I got a 55.
Sure,
There's no
close.
57. I got a
It's
55.
like the square board at the Centric Casino
All
Sports
right,
Bar and Lounge.
let's Let's see. Let me just. We'll load this up and we'll see what it. We have no idea what this is. What? What?
This could be good.
Yes.
This could be really good.
Bueno, es Jose.
Dejo mensaje.
Hello. Hello? Yeah, Balsita, it's me, Gazdic. The Goose. Now let me get this right here. You injured yourself by falling down in the field? Ha! Sissy, that's what you are. And what's all this gibberish about a six-man rotation? What's the matter here? Nothing but a bunch of noodle arms on that team? Why don't you Bluebird boys do what we all used to do back in the day and throw 150 pitches 3 times a week? Like real men. That's how you get more hair on your chest, yeah. Bat flip my ass. P.S. Tell your boy there, Filthy Sanchez, that the Goose thinks he's a punk. Okay, I still hate you. Bye now.
Wow.
How about timing?
Deep pull. That could not have worked any better.
Amazing.
That could not have worked any better. Wow. Nice work. Good number there, Savage.
Replace bat flip with champagne celebration. And we're
Yeah.
pretty much talking about
The champagne celebration, my ass. Okay, well, there we go. That's how the new game works. Now, I will rename that file.
Wow.
And now we have I got something from the Goose.
That's amazing.
That's
all the files.
Of all the files out of the 32,000 files, he actually pulls a Jays reference and like spicy, salty Jays reference,
He's talking
which is
pitch count.
perfect.
He's talking pitch count here.
Which is just incredible. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. This text is in and says, guys, I think the Goose needs to chime in on the Jays right now and what happened in his day if they ran into outs on the base paths. Well,
Open the phone
look,
lines.
I said it last night. Here we go. And we'll get to the Flames and Oilers at some point here in this hour for sure. Lots of time. If you were surprised that this is how it went with the Toronto Blue Jays in the playoffs this year, that's a you issue. That's not a Jays issue. Because the Jays were exactly who they were all season in this playoff series. Bo Bichette, base running error in game 1. Vladdy Guerrero. Are you serious, Vladdy? Like, I love Vladdy, and I want Vladdy to be a superstar in the worst way. But I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Vladdy here. And I'm starting to get a little worried about Bo. And I'm starting to get a little worried about basically the entire bloody team. This went down the exact, and they had opportunities. They had guys on base. They just simply couldn't get anything done. And I love Kikuchi. But anybody involved in the decision to take Barrios out of that game in that moment should be removed from the team this morning. Can you believe it went down the way it went down? I'm at a loss of words.
To quote C. Montgomery Burns, it's called playing the percentages. It's what smart managers do to win ball games. Look, that's and the ISO cam on Barrios throughout the game, right, in the dugout.
Yeah.
Post-game, as he's like tears going down his face and then watching his former teammates celebrating. I mean, no offense to Kikuchi, having a good season, but tough spot to be thrown in, and then that happens immediately after. 5-1. Your total aggregate score through 2 games. 5-1.
You hit the under in the series.
5 runs.
In one game,
you
yeah.
Can't, I mean, it's not like you're losing 9-8 in extras and, this was there for the taking.
Yeah.
If they could have, and again, runners on base, the RISP, terrible. But you're right. Which game was more indicative of the Jays? Game 1 or 2? I know you can kind of blend them up and say that's the whole season.
It's the whole
last
season.
night with the analytic pitching thing, chef's kiss.
The frustrating part is that was the most ridiculous pitching changes I've ever seen in my entire life, and it still didn't matter because they can't generate any runs.
Exactly. So it's all just
they could have left him in for 12 innings.
Yeah.
And it still wouldn't have mattered because they can't generate anything offensively. I don't know how you run it back with the same crew. I honestly don't know how you do it. And I know, instantly there's, everybody's all over Schneider, and then there's people saying, well, it's not his decision. Well, then what's the point of having a manager anymore in Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. If you're sitting there and go, the analytics say that, we've got to get him out of here, even though, I listened. I had a tweet last night where it was There's the Gato from Zoolander. He's like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because you got the manager of the Blue Jays on the podium after the game talking about a pitcher that he pulled in the fourth who he said probably had his best stuff of the entire season. Ooh. He had his best stuff of the entire season, but you took him out of the ball game. I cannot understand it for the life of me. So I'm sitting here today looking at the front office directory of the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, obviously, Snyder, you're out of here. Shapiro, gone.
Wow, you're just Xing him, eh?
Atkins, gone.
This is cleaning house?
Here we go. James Click, you're fired. He's the vice president of baseball strategy. Your baseball strategy sucks the big one.
Not anymore, you ain't.
James Click, you're gone.
You're out.
Sanjay Trudhuri, director, baseball research. The director of baseball research, you've been fired. You're gone too. Anybody here who's involved, a manager of baseball research, Graydon Carruthers, you're out of here. Who else needs to go here? Oh, this guy. Dan Goldberg, senior baseball research analyst, gone.
Sounds fake.
Liam Stevenson, senior baseball research analyst, gone. John Malash, senior baseball systems developer. Probably sounds like you had something to do with this too. You're gone. Fire them all. Like it's just like how can they roll back next year with the same manager and the same front office staff? How are you supposed to do that?
Look at the seats in Toronto, right? I mean, people were already done with this. So how do you roll it all back? And
you can't.
You can't. That's a cleaning of the house. You were getting in like you were getting in the tub there.
They're all gone. They're all gone.
Shower grown there.
Coordinator of baseball operations, Brian Lee.
Get him out of here.
Not sure you were involved in this, but you're out of here. You're supposed to coordinate baseball operations.
Hashtag fire them all.
Pete Saunders, director, baseball systems.
Yeah.
See ya.
Well, the Alex Anthopoulos name pops up at the Paris Jewelers inbox 7802189999.
Well, I said last night, like it's in jest. It's in jest, but like Gibby, you're our only hope now.
Oh.
You know, like there's no chance. What's the line Gibby once said? You know, I got that feeling down in my butt. You got that butt feeling, right? Like Gibby would have had a butt feeling and left in a guy who, as quoted by the manager after the game, had his best stuff of the season. I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to. And the Jays are a team that I can still kind of get fired up with as a fan.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're supposed to run that back. Atkins has had more than enough time. Look at this Varsho deal. Look at what they gave up for Varsho.
Oh, I was so high on Varsho.
It's just, we were pretty excited for Varsho. Remember we had the Dalton song and stuff
I wanted it to hit.
But I just, I can't take it
at least everybody else got swept.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're not the lone
Somebody said
swept the
swept. Too many teams in the baseball playoffs. Been saying it for years. Saying it for years. Pitwall Nasty's in it says, "Conch me, boys. I'm munching the data from Dubrovnik. Where is that?" Calendar update, by the way. Got another email from Calendar Guy last night. I saw it trickle in late as I was going through the Blue Jays front office, figuring out all the list of people I wanted to fire.
Smoking a cigarette in your basement. You done. Just, why are you writing on your computer
Scott
screen?
Saunders, your days here are numbered. That's the end of you. That's the end of you. Anyway, they said that he's like, don't print off the map I sent you.
Oh.
He goes, well, send it. We got to send them our logo. They'll make it look a little bit better. And then they will print off and laminate the map for us.
Oh, that's nice.
And then we can put it up on the wall here. And then we can go find the place known as Dubrovnik, who I think that's got to be like around Norway or something.
Croatia.
So not by Norway.
Well,
You're in the same continent.
On the same
Europe.
continent. I'm pretty good at guessing cities on continents. Give me one. Look up another city right now, and I'll tell you what continent it's on.
Okay, I'm going to do random.
Yeah, just do random city.
Cape Town.
South America?
Yeah.
I told you I'm good.
What did you
He
say?
said South America.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Africa. South Africa?
Yeah. No, that's a country.
And one of
So
them. South A.
The
That's what I should
the
say.
continent would be.
Oh, yeah.
just Africa.
Sorry, yeah. Maybe I'm not good at this game. Give me one, Maddie.
Well, it's just loading. My internet's pretty weak right now.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
Good, that one was Sofia.
I didn't
SOFIA.
say give me girls' names in my son's class. Sophia, that would be in. I still feel like that is in Europe.
Yep, Bulgaria.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Well, 1 for 1, boys.
One and a half.
There we go. So you learn something new.
La
on the show.
Paz,
Oh, La Paz. That would be
LA, and then PAZ. La Paz.
La Paz. La Paw, maybe.
I know that one.
You know that one?
I think so.
Do it. You do it. Let's knock it out of the park here.
South America?
You want to make a guess?
I'm going to say North America.
It is South America.
Oh, nice work, buddy.
It's Bolivia.
Oh, wow. We
Yeah,
are
it's
on
a fun
fire.
game. I can't wait till we get that map.
Yeah, that map is going to be awesome. So, yeah, anyway, let us know where you're listening, 780-218-9999, or in the nasty chat as well. Greg says, I want Gibby back. Let's have the welcome back party in Gibbons. Yes. Yes, if they somehow bring Gibby back to the organization, I promise you, we will have a welcome back party in Gibbons.
I'll buy property out in Gibbons.
That would be amazing.
I don't know.
You know, I
how.
hope that he
I
does,
don't know
and
how.
then you call this
It's not happening. So look, I'll put that. Hold me to my word, but it ain't happening. I'll buy property. I'll buy a quarter section.
All right, who else should I fire here from the Jays? Jeremy Reeser, director, baseball operations. Gone.
I never even heard these people.
Well,
That's telling, right?
The
Like,
one thing I did notice last night is that there are a lot of people who work for a baseball team. Like, just go look at the list of people. They've got guys
You'd say maybe too many.
like
A bloated staff here.
you know
right,
who else I'm
analytically
firing?
speaking.
From baseball operations, amateur scouting department, regional cross-checker, Michael Youngberg. Michael Youngberg, you're out of here too.
He's just been cross-checked. Hey,
They need to clean house. And you have to look at that core and go, okay, like are Vladdy and Bo and the other pieces they tried to put around it, but let's just focus on Vladdy and Bo. Are these the guys that can take you to the next level if you have an organization that's run properly? And I'm not 100% sure where that's at right now. So it's very concerning.
can you not see them at one point spreading out, going all their own ways, and then being part of something else?
But then
Individually,
yeah,
like,
the-
you can see it. Right? I can,
but it shouldn't
right?
be
I don't
that
want to
way.
be that. No, it shouldn't. But you can just. Unless Gibby returns
Like, to me,
to rule them all.
you know, we talk about it in the NHL all the time. The Edmonton Oilers right now are in their window. They're in their window. Is it like? Do the Jays have an upcoming window? Was their window actually a couple of years ago? And I'm not talking about like the 15, 16 teams. I'm talking about like this sort of group right now. Or is the window like only open this much and it's jammed by a stick at the end and you can't push it any further with this group?
Yeah. You
I feel like that's where it's at right now.
keep walking to the screen. You know, or
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, an open window.
boom,
Yeah,
screen. Well, the analytics said that shouldn't be there still. It's
Analytics.
this is what they get. Hammer 8 on the nasty chat today says listening in Dayton, Ohio, en route to Rome, the one in Georgia, not Europe, Dusty, to pick up. Come on, Hammer, this isn't a real story. If you're in the nasty chat, you can see this right now. Listening in Dayton, Ohio, en route to Rome, the one in Georgia, not in Europe, Dusty, to pick up a 30-million-year-old saber-toothed tiger skull. What? Is this true? Hammer, are you... First of all, if it's not true, that's a really creative reason to say you're traveling. But if it is true, when you get back here, I want you to bring in this saber-toothed tiger skull. Actually, it'll probably be too valuable. It's probably going to be in a museum somewhere.
Is this like a trade? Is he buying it? Is he going?
Yeah.
Is he going to steal it?
Yeah. What-
I have a
are
lot
you,
of
are you Nick
questions here.
Caging this thing? Like, that would be...
You're not just picking those up at a yard sale.
The Jays need to bring in Costanza as batting coach / assistant to the traveling secretary.
Well, he could fill one of those positions that you've made
Yeah,
open.
I
This
mean,
morning.
there's a lot
lots
of
Wait,
we're hiring. We are hiring at the Toronto Blue Jays. I think you pretty much have to be at this point. All right, let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric as you're about to realize the change to the show. Sorry,
Be quiet.
I might have spoiled it. Let's do this. Watch this. Watch for the next 60 seconds. You'll see what's up.
Hey, the Oilers spanking the Flames 7-2 in preseason action last night. Connor Brown, pair of goals and an assist, while Connor McDavid had a goal and 3 helpers. Edmonton will round out the preseason against the Kraken tomorrow before opening the regular season Wednesday out in Vancouver. Oil Kings dropping one in Saskatoon, 5-3 to the Blades. The club returns home to kick off a 6-game homestand Saturday night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Jays bounced from postseason action last night as the Twins complete the 2-game sweep, shutting out Toronto 2-zip. Rangers, Phillies, and Diamondbacks also sweeping their respective series. The divisional rounds will get underway on Saturday. And tonight is the night. You can join myself and the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew and their families for the Bears and Commanders at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Centric Casino Fort Road. Another chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. Plus, smoked brisket cheesesteak night. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Centric Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Dip with my pride, with my bone and get, boy. I don't even wanna battle, y'all, no remorse. I switch this game up on y'all, not a matter of choice. My only option for getting rid of haters, standing around watching, the emulators.
Ooh!
Stunner
Connor McDavid in the house.
like 2 chains.
He's not actually in the house. It was we pulled his card. So yes, the Nielsen Show is now uninterrupted. That's what's happening. I like the name of that actually. Nielsen Show Uninterrupted. We decided that we just don't need to go to promos for our other shows anymore. And I know some people will go. There'll be people online being like, "That's gonna fail. How are you gonna run 3 hours with no commercials for your sponsors?" Bottom line is, the way we've structured deals with our sponsors is that they're all tied into the show anyway, which is why we didn't have commercials in the first place. We don't think it's necessary to run our promos anymore, and I think that's going to be good for everybody, isn't it?
We've also sold ourselves pissing our pants during the show. We're going to sit here and just go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we
And if
decided
you wanna,
that we're just going to piss right here.
You
now.
can sponsor if you like. I mean, it's all good, but we're planted.
I've turned my pink water jug into the piss jug, just like from Trailer Park Boys.
Clean it out, And,
So that's pretty much pretty much what's going to happen.
I don't have
so.
You can get up and stretch your
If
legs for 1
if
second.
this guy
It's not
wants to go for a
it's not
bit, he can go for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I need to pop out, we'll just pop out.
But I think
That's
we're doing
just
fine. I mean,
how it's going to work.
3-hour
But
show, we can handle
we
it.
we think it's good for us, good for our clients as well, because when we were to go to break, we'd lose like 20, 30, 40 people watching on YouTube, then have to build that back up. Now we basically just don't want to give you a window to click off or turn to another station if you're listening in your car. So we are pretty confident that we will be able to tell people that we are the only place in the morning in Edmonton where you just get straight 3 hours of content.
Yes, and for you, it's straight 7 hours of live radio every day.
Yeah.
With no breaks. Absolutely no breaks.
No
breaks.
We're just rolling.
Yeah.
We're just rolling. JCD780 says, yes, great idea. Donovan Ekstrom is in and says, guys, can I sponsor the piss jug?
Hey, you get your company, we'll slap it on there, and away
we'll
we
put
go.
a logo right here on
Yeah.
the pee jug, and then, oh no, I'm drinking from it. No, but anyway, the Nielsen Show Uninterrupted is now a thing. Now, I mean, if something major were to happen and we need to throw in some promos, we can certainly throw in some promos, but we just don't think it's necessary. We don't think we need to be held up by 6, 7, 8 minutes of promos, and it's a hell of a lot better than when we had to run like 16 minutes of commercials at the old place. And our clients are still going to get just as much love as they were before because we didn't have them tied into any of the breaks anyway. So Paris Jewelers Inbox is where you can get in, 780-218-9999. And one of you will end up winning text of the day today. Keep pounding that box, 780-218-9999. One of you win text of the day, a $20 gift card to our friends at A&W, where you can go and get your hands on those new Chicken Cruncher sandwiches. This looks real nice. Three options.
Each
three
one.
options for the Chicken Cruncher. You could have them all in the same day, or you could have one day, one the following day. But the Nashville Hot Chicken Cruncher, the Chubby Chicken Cruncher, and the BLT Chicken Cruncher, these things are good down to the very last crunch and crumb because they're messy, right? Crunchy sandwiches are usually messy. Ooh, and it says here, it's a challenge. It says, if you can finish it all, that is. Whoa, A&W.
Yeah.
It's on. It's on this morning.
A bit of sad news at the Paris Jewelers Inbox this morning, 780-218-9999. Craig chimes in. Boys, funny you talk about Gibbons. The Main Street Public House just closed yesterday.
Is that where we had the party?
It died with the Jays.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, of all the timing, we had Goose chiming in earlier. The Main Street Public House. So maybe Gibby, he comes back and the Main Street Public. But for now, it's done. It's all done. The Jays are done. The Main Street Public House is done. I don't know what we do.
That's a tough.
It's very
pill to
sad.
swallow.
We had some great memories there.
Moment of silence. All right, there. That's good. Heck of a run. Heck of a run. Anyway, tell your friends who are like, man, I love listening to the radio, but there's just so many commercials. We don't have any. Nielsen Show, uninterrupted.
Crystal clear, raw,
yeah.
uncut, no commercials.
Yeah, there you go.
Put that on the billboard.
Perfect. Yeah, it's good.
What else
We
do you
haven't even
need,
laid out the show for you today. Luke Gazdic's going to join us. So Luke Gazdic is one sort of new addition to our insider and analyst lineup, and we're pretty excited about it. He's got a good podcast going right now. I think he's going to be working 3 times a week with Sportsnet too, so that's exciting for Gaz. So we will have Drager on Mondays, Button on Tuesdays, Noodles on Wednesdays, Gazdic on Thursdays around 7:05, and then Mike Johnson to wrap up the week on Fridays. So we're really looking forward to that. So Gazdic will join us at 7:05 today. Ian Rapoport will help us set up the Thursday nighter. We'll get into that on the Lock Shop today, too, obviously, in the Fantasy Football 5, kind of take a look at some starts and sits for the game tonight. And then at 8:25 today, I got beef. I already kind of laid out a whole I got beef segment.
You
with the Blue
used
Jays
all
stuff,
the jerky
but,
and
yeah.
pepperoni sticks on that.
All right, Edmonton Oilers yesterday, bare butts spanked the Calgary Flames. It's weird because it'll get you really excited, but at the same time, the Flames dressed a garbage lineup last night.
But aren't they
so-
going to be a garbage lineup anyway? Hey, that's what we're all kind of saying. Oh, maybe
where's
this
that?
is...
Hey, here you go.
Hey,
Hot Take Smith for
I
our
got
man
it.
over here. By the way, Hot Takes likely back here at some point.
Okay, but also, why do you have it?
It's just sitting over here.
I know, but you don't. You're not the owner of it right now.
I am the... I didn't want to...
I just like.
Matt, can't you go back to being grumpy and not talk for like the first hour?
I just say like it's over
Here,
with
put
you.
it over on your side. I don't know
But
why it
it's
ended up on my
hits.
side. Matt, do you want a pack? We'll give
I'd
you
love a pack.
Give this guy a pack. Throw this guy a pack. Like, you don't need to interrupt the. Oh, Alexander
He gets the
Ovechkin.
redemption.
McKinnon.
Just
Yeah,
watching it.
you pull. Actually,
You-
Dash texted me late last night. Sorry, Dash, I didn't text back. But he pulled a redemption. He bought a
Get out
box.
of here.
He bought a box of cards, and he pulled a redemption. That lucky duck.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
but I'm extremely jealous. Marcy, yes.
Oh, what a story from Donovan Ekstrom.
Doubles.
Luke Gazdic won me $100 10 years ago when he scored the first goal of the Oilers season.
Hey.
I like that. Oh, by the way, a conch for Nielsen Show being uninterrupted. Seven 780-218-9999 if you'd like to chime in on that one.
Redemption? No.
I got a superstar showcase of Nathan McKinnon.
Okay.
So I got that one.
Yeah.
No redemption, it doesn't look like. Matt Boldy of the Wild and Roop Hintz from the Stars.
Rupe Hintz.
Rupe. I'll take them, unless you want to keep them.
No, this is I'm just
They're yours
opening
if
what's
you want to.
yours.
Mikey to the inbox this morning. 780-218-9999.
You don't need to wait for
There
break.
it is.
Yeah, there. That's nice.
Turn it up a bit to get some light on that bad boy. There we go.
White balance.
Woo! I like it. Mikey to the inbox this morning, Paris Jewelers inbox. Had an edible last night, and Goonies was on TV. I watched it until the sloth clip. I like that.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. I love you, John.
I like how people aren't watching the whole Goonies movie, but we're bringing up the time spent watching. And as we've learned here in the new biz, time spent viewing, time spent listening is extremely important. And that's why many of you ride with us for an extended period of time, which is awesome. So that's really nice today. Anyway, back to the Oilers before I was so rudely interrupted about the hot takes myth by Matty Iwanek over there. Mr. Lean, which we'll get to around 7:25. No, I mean, he hit the lean.
Yeah.
He said at the end yesterday, he said, my one official lean is Man City. Boom.
Yeah.
He hit it. But you know, and if you looked at anything else, they were just leans. That's what
just
Mr. Lean's the best job in the betting biz. 100%. I've been doing this betting for a long time. Being Mr. Lean is the best thing ever. So we'll get into that in hour number 2. But yeah, so last night, I know, like, oh my God, Connor Brown and Raphael Lavoie, and I get it. But the Flames dress, like, to me, that's I don't know. I'm torn on it. Like, if you're listening right now and you watched the game last night, or if you're in the nasty chat or whatever, it's a hell of a lot better result than struggling against this garbage Flames lineup.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where you just love the momentum that you got. Like, Brown looked really good, and Raphael Lavoie looked pretty good again. So you build. I know some people weren't happy with some of the goals against Skinner, or both goals against Skinner. So I did sprinkle Jack Campbell to start opening night at plus 180 yesterday. So I mean, we'll see what ends up happening on that front. But how much stock do you put into what we saw last night?
More stock than games prior. I mean, each one that you check off the list and get closer. I mean, they got one more against the Kraken tomorrow, and then you're opening Wednesday. So it's good to get. I mean, your boy Lane Peterson with the goal here. It's good to see, right? Like, that's these are things. I jest, but
no,
yes,
but
I mean, now
for him,
we're at a
that's
point.
Huge.
Yeah, for him it's huge. But now we're at a point too where it's nice to see Connor McDavid putting up multiple points. Connor Brown obviously as well, outshooting them 2-1 here. I guess encouraging now that you're kind of going down the stretch of the preseason schedule and opening next Wednesday. So I'm not. We're not at a clear broth. It's kind of like a chicken stock, like, type of thing. I'm not full beef stock yet. I'm not full, like, we're making a good hearty super. You're kind of at a thin, like, this is good. It's good to see. And yes, as you mentioned, like, pumping the Flames is not something you're going to make a medal out of this season. But yeah, it's good to see you going through the exercises, going through the motions, and putting up some numbers. And yeah, roll on preseason and welcome regular season on Wednesday. This is fine. I'm fine with this. If it was game one, yeah, you're kind of like, this is good. It's a battle, right?
Raphael, so Peterson scores. Raphael Lavoie gets the job done again. That's going to be his job. It is. Like, you see a couple of these guys, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you could construct your team like a regular NHL team and actually have a couple of extra bodies around. Right, then you have Peterson and maybe Ernie and Lavoie's in your top 12, and you're running 14 forwards like a real team, and then boom, you've got a couple other guys you can sort of slot in, but they're going to be running short again. I mean, that's the price you pay for having a fully stacked, fully loaded lineup that was a little loosey-goosey on the cap and kind of caught yourself in a tough spot here. But I think it'll be Raphael Lavoie, and I think a lot of people would probably be really excited about a McLeod, Holloway, Raphael Lavoie, like, mini sort of kid line. I don't know how reliable that line would end up being in its own end, but Lavoie, I think, has... Well, I guess it comes down to how they want the roster to be constructed, but I'd be pretty surprised if Lavoie is on the ice opening night for the Edmonton Oilers. And then I hope we just expect him to do bottom six type things. Like, let's not do and now he wasn't a first rounder, but let's not do the Jesse Puljujarvi and Yamamoto treatment where if he scores one goal in the first 10 games, everybody's bitching about it. He should be in the bottom six. You should have that level of expectations for his contributions and just let him develop into a full-time Edmonton Oiler.
Yeah, I think the fans want it. They're excited about it. And, who knows and where he develops and where he kind of finishes out, but I'm all for kind of that kid experiment line, whatever you want to call it. I mean, yeah, good on it. I want to see it. I want to see it go. I want to see him. I think fans want to see it now. I don't know what I know we're talking the forward group, but Broberg's kind of that other one on the blue line that you kind of, the question mark there. But yeah, let Raph loose.
Did somebody just come in?
Let him loose.
I thought I just heard our door open. That creeped me out. I thought I heard our door open. Do you want to take off your headphones and go check? Eric's going to go scope out the hallway right now. I thought somebody was out there. In the first 3 minutes, McDavid made 2 no-look passes directly to the opposing team's sticks. I get it. He's the best. But that part was supposed to be polished on, wasn't it? Less of that in the regular season, please. Oh, I love Edmonton. Radley coming in here today. In the first 3 minutes, McDavid made 2 no-look passes directly to opposing team sticks. I get it. He's the best, but that part was supposed to be polished out, wasn't it? Yeah. Less of that in the regular season, please.
Pre-season.
I'd probably give him a pass in the preseason.
He's trying it now.
Against the Flames, who are dressing an American League lineup. But Radley kind of has a little bit of an interesting point in the fact that you don't want to see that happen in March. So you're trying to iron that out of your system, so why would you not try to? get rid of it now, right? So
Do the trick shot. All for it.
do the trick shot.
Do the trick shot. Just
Yeah.
try it out.
Was it Black Sedan guy out there?
It's nobody.
Nobody.
It was a.
And I must be just hearing things.
ring and run.
That's no, it's those damn kids playing their fun little games again, isn't it? This text in from the 306 this morning, 780-218-9999. They played a great game last night. Yeah, last night you sit back and watch that game, and what do we do? The lean when Leia kisses Luke, right? Oh, that's what they did. Sit back like that. That's what Oilers fans were probably doing after they beat the Calgary Flames the way that they beat them last night.
As they should.
Yeah, I mean,
44-20, couple power play goals.
I don't know if it was on. Was it during the cool bet or was it on Lock Shop? Maybe it was probably on Oil Stream yesterday. They didn't have the line posted for this game yet, but I said no matter what it is, no matter what the number is, you're hammering the Oilers -1.5. They were rolling out a great lineup this late in the preseason. The Calgary Flames were not. That game went exactly as scripted last night.
Maybe they should have had a few more.
Imagine that.
Well, no, but
they got to score 9 against this team. That's what they have to do. They have to score 9 against this team.
That's my gripe.
Penner's Pancakes is in it. It says, Lavoie makes the team. Peterson first call-up. If Brown plays like that and stays healthy, he should get 30. I don't know. Like, outside of McDavid and Draisaitl, I don't know if you say anybody should get 30. Like, you sit here yourself and go, oh, I mean, Kane should get 30. Brown should get 30. Nuge should get, like, not all these guys are going to get 30. Some of them are going to stay healthy, like, or not be able to stay healthy. Brown will probably have to be very careful so that he doesn't get re-injured again, not put too much on him. So we'll see how that goes. This one is in. It says, run 11-7. Lavoie and Holloway on the fourth line getting minutes with the big boys. So you go McLeod, Fogle, and Ryan or Janmark, and then you have Lavoie and Holloway as your fourth-line wingers, and they only play with a rotation of McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah.
I could see that being intriguing to
But
a
what
lot
about
of
playoff
people.
time?
Well, by playoff time, they'll do what they usually do in playoff time and run 2 lines and 4D and just hope for the best. I think that's usually how it operates, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's usually how it operates. All right, your thoughts. Let's see here. Back to the nasty chat. Zulo says if Kane stays healthy, he pots 30. VR Montenegro on Brown says that's a lofty 30. And Silver Capri said only 10 thumbs up. Come on, hit that button. And now it's in at 56. So well done, Silver Capri. That ended up getting the job done for us there. All right, let's crack some packs here with Wayne Sports Cards. Let's do this. Yeah, this is gonna be good.
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack Pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the Crack Pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The Crack Pack is a little old gang where we can crack together. Crack Pack, baby.
A Crack Pack, baby.
Crack Pack, baby, Crack Pack. Crack Pack, baby, Crack Pack.
Alrighty, Wayne Sports Cards, just north of West Edmonton Mall, right across the street where the McDonald's is and the Humpty's used to be. There's a Boston Pizza right there on the corner. So you went in yesterday, a Heritage Classic mystery pack. What is this?
You sent me.
I did.
And I went in and I said, hello, Wayne. I am the mule. And I said, strap something onto the back here. I said, look, I said exactly what you told me to say. I said, I'm here. Dustin sent me. And I said, the tab, and I looked at him and he said, oh, yeah. And then so and I said, well, we were talking CFL, and he's out of those. I mean, those are flying off the shelves. He said, "Yeah, CFL, boom, out of." So,
love that.
We're like, "Well, what's going on? What are we going to play? Baseball playoffs? Yeah, Jay, whatever. Heritage Classic." He's like, "Come on, what do you got for this?" And so, yeah, one of these packs, which I on what was it, National Sports
Hockey Card Day. Yeah.
I bought one of the baseball ones. I still have it unopened in my basement. I can't bring
Yeah,
myself.
how do you buy packs and not crack them immediately?
These packages that Wayne's does up, like,
Yeah.
he told me this could be filled with McDavid's.
Oh my God.
I mean,
okay. So it says here the Heritage Classic Mystery Pack. Each pack contains 6 sealed hockey packs, assorted years of Series 1, Series 2 are extended, plus a 1 in 3 chance to find a bonus pack. What? A bonus pack in here? So, yeah, you can pick these up. They move quite a few of these. People love these mystery
great.
packs.
I love them.
Yeah, that's good. And we can save the envelope, re-gift it to somebody.
Yeah.
That'll be good. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Okay, so we've got 2021 Extended Series. Connor McDavid on the 21-22 Series 1. Lucky Shot 07-08 Series 2.
Ooh.
That's interesting. 16-17 Series 2, 22-23 Series 1, and 21-22. Okay, so here you go. Pick 3 of these, buddy, and we'll crack these bad boys. One.
Ooh.
Oh, you got that old Malcolm pack. No, that could be good. All right, there we go. All right, so let's dive into these bad boys. We are going Young Gun hunting with Wayne Sports Cards. I think Premier comes out today. That's a new product. Tristan Jarry. Come on, give us some. Oh, I did get a Young Gun. Keaton Middleton. Not a big hit. Not a big hit. But we did get one of the Young Guns. All right, come on, buddy. Pull something nice.
Series 1, 22-23.
Okay, Series 1.
Chandler Stevenson,
What do we got?
Matt Zegrill, Young Gun,
Young
Jacob Perreault.
Not bad. That's not bad. 2 Young Guns.
Jonas Brodin, Jonathan Don, Robin Lehner.
Imagine if
Cam
we went
Talbot.
a Young Gun in every pack. The odds of that would be highly unlikely, but let's see here. What's this? 21-22 Series 1. UD Canvas of Kevin Shattenkirk would be the hit in that one. No Edmonton Oilers in that pack either. What do we got? We also got all these other packs because the packs are back. Like
16-17 Series 2.
16-17 Series 2.
P.A. Parento. Sven Berchi.
Deep pull.
Alexander Radulov.
What happened to Sven Berchi?
Oh, look at this one. Marquee rookies. Patrick Laine. That's a nice.
Oh, yeah,
nice
marquee
crisp
rookies.
card
Patrick
there.
Laine, that's good.
Blake Como. Torrey Krug. Mike Ribeiro. And Jonas Donskoy.
Mikey Ribeiro. 2021 Extended Series. I don't even know which Young Guns we'd be looking for in this Extended Series from this year, but let's take a peek. Ooh, a Slater Cuckoo Oilers card.
Hey, I liked him.
All the big hits coming
I
out
had
today.
time
We got
for
something
him.
shiny in here. What's this? Ilya Sorokin. Holographics. Could win the Vezina this year, this guy. There you go. So these are the mystery packs.
All
what's
right.
What's the last one? What do you got?
This is Upper
Is that
Deck 07-08 Series 2.
All right, let's do it.
Collected in 2008. Lucky Shot winning. Okay.
Last pack of the morning. What do we do? Oh, a new SPX is out too. If you're not familiar with it, nice product. We cracked 8 boxes of it over at the Crack Pack group on Facebook. It was fun.
Pascal Leclerc.
Ooh, that's a nice shot though.
Matt Green. Oilers.
Oilers,
Give
Matt
that-
Green.
give that to
Give that to Yukon Jack. He's buddies with Greener.
Glenn Wesley. Another
Glenn
Oiler.
Wesley.
Jeff Sanderson in your copper and blue.
Oh wow, what an Oilers pack.
What do we got here? Justin Williams.
Mr. Game 7.
Oh, look at this. Yermer Yager clutch performers.
Very
In the-
nice.
with the blue shirts.
That's actually a pretty nice card.
And lastly, Bill Guerin as an Islander.
Billy Guerin as an Islander.
2 Oilers. That's not bad, eh? Greener
That's,
and Jeff Sanderson.
That's a tough. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. No, I like that.
That was a fun crack.
All right, so if you're going to be cracking packs, you do it at Wayne Sports Cards here on the West End, just across from the mall. You want to get a haircut, you want to buy something if you're a tall man, there's that store there
Hot
as well.
and spicy from the Italian Center. Maddie knows what I'm talking
Yes.
about. Yeah, baby.
Hot and spicy, is that their is that like that?
That's the sandwich.
Okay.
It's just one. You can get
The
hot.
sandwich.
You can get mild. It's delicious.
I prefer
Is
mild
it
as
is
I
it like a
usually am.
meat sandwich?
Have you not had one?
Well, I've had a sandwich from there that I absolutely love. We were doing I was hosting the Golden Bears football banquet.
It had to have been it.
It had to be. Well,
They're catered for everything.
Eric had them at his midnight snack.
At the wedding.
I don't remember much from your wedding. Great wedding.
Well, I
All I remember is
That's
the
something
salad
I'll
was
always
great.
remember.
I just remember dancing. I love dancing at your
man,
wedding.
I don't remember too
but no,
much.
so I was doing Golden Bears. It was during the pandemic, and they did like an online virtual sort of banquet. So I hosted it from their dressing room. And then after, I went over with like some of the crew, and they had a bunch of these little subs delivered from
Were they
from
cut?
the Italian. Yes.
Yeah. That's,
And
On the
yes,
screen.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
I'll
they're
have
the
to pull
best.
it up for the.
Can you
listeners.
pop that up on the? Yeah.
I want one now.
So anyway, it was a real tough spot because I had the first one, and in my mind I was like, oh my god, these are delicious.
Yeah.
And then I had another one in the spot I was sitting, and then I said, well, how many? Like it's a small little sub, like or at least the way they were cut
You
up.
slice them up. Yeah.
So, but then I was like, how many of these should I have without looking like a huge fat pig? So what I did was I got up and I moved to it. Like I got up, grabbed a drink, then went and sat down in a different spot, and then took another one from a different spot. That's the same
they're
sandwich
so
we were
good, man.
talking about.
I grew up on those. Like that is my childhood right there on screen.
No, that looks
and then the
real nice.
Orangina with it too.
Oh.
I love an Orangina.
Really yummy,
Have you never had Orangina?
buddy. I don't even know what.
I thought they were
Orangina
called
is.
Orginas.
I thought
I'm bringing one of those in one day.
Is
it
it
Orangina?
Is it a drink?
It's
Yeah,
it's a
it's a bottle- it's a bottle
soda-ish
pop.
type thing. It's
Yeah.
not
Okay, I
full
was gonna say it
soda.
sounds like orange pop.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not fully pop. I would say
What?
doesn't get that. I don't think.
No, it's
or was
not-
that
it's
a,
not pop.
I don't
No,
even call
it's
that
not
pop.
soda.
It's
It's-
not. Yeah,
What's it- what's it
But
called?
it's got some
It's like
carbonation.
McDonald's
in it and
orange
stuff.
drink. in a sense.
Orangina.
I always called it Orangina.
That sounds really nice, actually.
I love Spinelli's.
I want to
Sandwiches for the boys.
sandwiches.
Hey,
Hey, meeting sandwiches
I
cut 'em up in
in a
small
couple
little-
weeks I'll go pick some up. No problem.
for meeting sandwiches.
I will absolutely go.
Should I put
buy
that
some.
on there that you're in charge of
For
meeting
the- for
sandwiches
2
for
weekends.
the
Talk about it in the
October?
meeting.
Are we each going to
22nd
take
meeting.
one, or are we each going to eat just half of one? Because those are pretty big.
I could do like a half. I don't mind.
We could-
mine
okay,
warmed
so
up
we
slightly
could
as
get
well.
three of
Trev,
them, and then
Trev
all of
doesn't
them.
get any yet.
Oh,
He's
so
not
can
there
I
yet.
tell the story about Trev that I had yesterday?
Of course you can.
So, first meeting, we were all having a beer, and he's like, "Can I have one?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course you can." Yesterday, he just started walking straight to the fridge to get a drink, and I just yelled, "Hey, Trev, you going for a beer?" And he's like, "Yep." And I just, did anyone say you could? And you, Dusty, saw
I
in
was
the TV.
watching him in the TV
he
reflection.
turned around to start walking
Yeah.
back. It's just so easy with
And then
him.
I said to him, Trev, grab a drink. And he turned back around and got it. So, yeah, Trev's hilarious.
He's raw.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you wanna
he's
talk about
very
this
raw.
show being
But you
raw,
spent a
he's
lot of time with him in between shows.
trying
like-
to mold.
Yeah. No,
And it's nice to
he's
live
good.
vicariously through him now because
Yeah.
we're all
No,
old.
I think that's good. Hey, you are listening to or watching the Neelsen Show Uninterrupted. We have dropped our Edmonton Sports Talk show promos, and we are just cruising along with the show. And I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. We're already at 7 o'clock. Still got a lot of juice.
I've gone to the bathroom twice. You wouldn't even know.
What is
You don't even know.
this? What is this? Somebody guessed yesterday when I say we got show changes coming. They said live piss tests. I was like, no, we're not going to be doing that live. If
People
anything,
really
we'll do
love the
it.
piss test thing. Eh?
We'll do it
that went
under
over well.
under the table, I think. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, we've got a sports update coming your way here. Actually, a sports rewind is going to be happening right now with Lieutenant Eric, and then we got Luke Gazdic coming up. We're going to dive into the Oilers and the what do you
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at something. We'll dive into the Oilers and the Flames game with Luke. And what's this lineup look like? How would he handle Raphael Lavoie? And how encouraging are the signs we're seeing from Jack Campbell? And you'll also get Luke to chime in on maybe a few of the other Canadian clubs as well. 780-218-9999. That's 780-218-9999. If you'd like to chime in today in the Paris Jewelers inbox, could win text of the day. Here's a text that's just sitting here. Dusty, your spiced rum and some Orangina is unreal. You have to try it. I guess I do. I'm in. Convince me. I'm in.
Smuggle some into the Century Casino Sports Bar lunch. A little Orangina coming out of your coat there. Yeah. One glass of rum, please. Straight.
Let's get to a sport. And by the way, one more time, as Eric mentioned, tonight, join us. We are going to be live at the casino tonight, Century Casino, Fort Road. It's going to be an absolutely incredible time. We're expecting a pretty good crew out there tonight, which nobody ever said for a Bears-Commanders game. But we're managing to pull this off. Pretty excited about it. Let's get to a sports rewind with Lieutenant Eric.
That's right. You can Join us, the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew, tonight for the Bears and Commanders Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Centric Casino Fort Road. We'll have the scoreboard going, and your next chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for two to LA. It's the Rams and the Browns. That game will be at the beginning of December. Get in the draw box tonight. Come see the EST crew. Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Centric Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day. The Edmonton Oilers spanking the Flames 7-2 in preseason action last night. Connor Brown, 2 goals and an assist. Connor McDavid, a goal and 3 helpers. Edmonton round out the preseason against the Kraken tomorrow. Puck drop on the regular season Wednesday out in Vancouver. Oil Kings dropping one in Saskatoon, 5-3 to the Blades. The club returns home to kick off a 6-game homestand Saturday night against the PA Raiders. Jays bounced from the postseason. Twins complete the 2-game sweep, shutting out Toronto 2-0. Rangers, Phillies, and Diamondbacks also sweeping their respective series. The divisional rounds will get underway on Saturday. This Sports Rewind brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and service. Servicing many industries we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric. On EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Whoa. 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 Holy smokes. Lieutenant Eric, that's a new one.
Well, dropping these beats on a day when we have no breaks
That's
is
labeled
kind of
glass hat.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you are watching the Nielsen Show today, it's coming at you live from our Popeyes, Louisiana kitchen studios. And, hey, why not roll into a Thursday here by going out and picking up, I don't know, what do we say? Let's say if you have an office of 10 people and you're going to treat them to lunch today from Popeyes, and you can go in and pick up the sweet and spicy wings. They got that ghost pepper seasoning tossed in a sweet chili sauce. Delicious. 6 pieces or 12 pieces. How many wings are you getting for lunch for an office with 10 people?
Well, you can, for lunch at an office, you can eat.
Yeah. Because it's lunch. It's not like you're going out for drinks after and dinner and stuff.
But you're still, I can take down 12 wings. I'm not eating
You think
breakfast.
so? So would you get 10 dozen?
Yeah.
I think that's overkill for a lunch in an office.
Well, it might be, but you can
Leftover wings?
Better to have more wings than not enough. And I'm just saying,
leftover afternoon wings.
if you're like a Will Fraser who doesn't eat breakfast, and then that's your meal,
You're going to hammer those wings down.
They're wings, man. I don't know. You can't fill up on wings, can you?
No,
you know what
12
I mean?
is usually that's it for
It's
me.
a nice number. Yeah.
I'm not going to sit down and eat 18 wings, man.
You've been conditioned to eat 12, though. That's
well, that's a good point. I guess if we would have grown up on a 14 wing serving, I'd probably eat 14.
Imagine
wings.
like a 30 wing.
You
Finish
know,
your plate.
I didn't. This is going to probably not surprise you guys at all, but I didn't really start eating chicken wings till I was in my 30s. Like I went through my entire 20s being a non-wing guy.
I would understand your teens. Like it's a bar of food. I would assume that once you turn of age,
I just always kind of got something else.
What was the something like a?
Well, the reason I
burger?
really started getting wings because I realized when you dip them in ranch, they're delicious. So that's kind of. I also didn't try ranch till I was like 27.
That boggles my mind.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought that
it's,
would be a staple of your diet.
Probably
growing
shouldn't
up.
surprise you too much at all. If you're watching right now on YouTube, hit us up in the nasty chat over there. And, of course, you can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Our next guest this morning is brought to you by the great folks over at Pro-Am Sports, your go-to source for Oilers Heritage Classic gear, from jerseys and hats and everything in between. They got you covered. Visit them in store on St. Albert Trail, 1 block north of the Yellowhead, or online at proamsports.ca. They got the Grant Fuhr signing right now as well. Luke Gazdic is going to be with us on Thursdays. Luke, how you doing, buddy?
Said it best. Oilers crush Flames. Jays suck.
They
So
do
that's
suck.
about how I feel this morning.
I went on a rant earlier this morning and basically fired anybody who has anything to do with baseball strategy in the organization. Are you a big Jays fan, or is it just because you're out in Toronto, or like what's your level of fandom on the Toronto Blue Jays, and just how devastated are you this morning?
I grew up in the city. I've been a Jays guy since I was a kid, going to games in high school, sitting in the 500 level for $2 on Tuesdays with my buddies. And honestly, I'm not even that as disappointed, I say, about this team because I just didn't really expect anything. Like the 15, 16 teams were there. Like that was when I was playing for the Oil too. We went to the Rangers series when we were in Dallas. This one didn't hurt as much, honestly, because we all saw it coming.
Well, that's the most disappointing thing about it is that they went out exactly like they played the entire season.
Are you an analytics guy, Luke?
Anything else? Yeah,
you like the analytics there, the pitching, the decisions.
The thing for me is like, why did you pay this guy then? Like these pitchers are supposed to go deep into postseason. Like that's why we talked about our starting pitching going to be good in the postseason. Let them pitch. And I think I think that whole decision is overshadowing the fact that they only put up 1 run in 2 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the hitters are getting off scot-free because this decision's looming over everything when it's like, boys, we didn't even put the bat on the ball in 2 games. So it's just disappointing all around, boys.
It's extremely disappointing, and I said that earlier today too. Like when you look at what happened, everybody's going to be talking about the decision because it's one of the most ridiculous decisions of all time. And Schneider came out after the game and said, "Yeah, he probably had his best stuff of the entire season." I'm like, "Well, he's in his old barn, in the spot that you brought him in for. He's got the best stuff he's had all year, and you still yanked him out of the game." So extremely frustrating situation. Last one on this: would you like? I know we're all in like full blown meltdown mode this morning, but do you think they need to clean house or at least have some sort of changes there?
Teams too. When you don't win, things have to change. Like you cannot bring in, a management group that's been here since 17 and had 0 playoff wins to show for it. Like something's got to happen here. So whether it's personnel on the field or off the field, yeah, I think there's got to be a bit of an overhaul here.
Luke Gazdic with us on the Neelsen Show today, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Luke, we're going to get into the Oilers and obviously the Flames. We'll dive into last night a little bit and just get your thoughts on the overall roster as they head into the season. But first of all, man, I want to talk to you about your transition into the media scene here in Canada. And you'll get to the podcast in just a second, but is this something that you always, like when you were playing, did you already have an inkling that, hey, maybe I'd like to get into that? Or was it after your career? You're like, oh, what am I going to do? You could talk pretty well. What was this process like for you?
Honestly, I had thought about it towards the end. But in saying that too, I was still playing in 2020 in San Diego and wasn't really thinking too much past the game. And then the pandemic hit. We all got sent home. I came back home to Toronto. AHL season got canceled, and that ended up being the last professional hockey I ever played. And then I was kind of scrambling on what I wanted to do. And I don't know, I've never really minded being in front of a camera, and I feel like I keep it, pretty real and organic. And I got cold called by Sportsnet. I was sitting at my cottage in north of Toronto here, and they asked if I wanted to do a couple Oiler intermissions with
Nice.
me. And I said, yes, heck yes, let's do it. And 2 games led to 4 games, and then 4 games led to, a majority of last year. And now I've kind of, parlayed it into a full-time thing here. And I've really enjoyed it, man. I love watching hockey, and I get to talk about it for a living and get paid for it. So it's not a bad
It's a pretty sweet deal. Hey, it's not a bad deal. Plus, when you're just getting into it, to be riding shotgun with Principe must have been pretty awesome because that dude's a legend.
Honestly, like I credit him for the majority of the successes that I had early, especially on camera, live TV stuff, because he was like calm, steady, like, if I had any questions while we were on the desk, he just made things easy for me. And he honestly, like, I don't think I'd be in the same position as I was if it, wasn't for Gene. He's just, you guys know him from Edmonton. He's the coolest dude. And yeah, he gets a little flack for being a little eccentric here and there,
Yeah.
but honestly, one of the coolest guys and most professional guys that I've met in this game.
That's a great way to describe Principe. We had him in here on one of our other shows, and he's just when he's around, he just makes everybody
Great
happier.
presence.
Yeah. It's excellent stuff. Okay, and before we get to this hockey game last night, tell me a little bit about the podcast, because I know we were talking a little bit before you fired it up, and you're really excited about it. You happy with the way it's gone?
It's a great project so far. Honestly, we had the idea to do a demo, and I asked my buddy Connor Brown, who you guys obviously know now, to hop in the studio and do the demo, and it just kind of took off from there. We're 9 episodes in. We just filmed our 9th episode coming out on Monday with Nick Foligno, and it's been really cool, man. A lot of the guys have been former teammates and stuff so far, so to get to reconnect with guys and maybe have different conversations that you might not normally hear through the airwaves or on your YouTube or wherever you're watching.
Well, let's transition there. Connor Brown looking pretty good last night. Couple of goals along the way. How much of a fit do you think he's like? We all look at it and go, "Wow, I played with McDavid and Junior. It's just going to click." National Hockey League is a little bit different, but do you think he's an excellent fit on that line with McDavid?
Guy to ride shotgun on his right side. You saw last night and through the preseason for Brownie, he's relentless on the forecheck. He's a great forechecker just in that skill in general with puck placement. Even on his Kaner's goal when Vladar gave it to Connor kind of with that pizza. The only reason he's forced like that is because Brownie's right on top of him. He's always first on the puck. He's so good protecting it. And even through a couple games watching these guys, you can see they're already starting to tell where each other is and finding holes. And honestly, he's just such a workhorse. And honestly, off the ice too, he's a great guy, great kid for that locker room. I think he's going to be great on that side. He can finish, and he works his tail off. So I think there really isn't anybody better that I've seen than those two playing on his wing right now since for a while at least.
That says something then, right? Doesn't it? Considering the different bodies, they had Yamamoto, they mixed in there a little bit, worked at times. Yes, Puljujärvi had a quick glimpse here or there, necessarily didn't click. We always thought Kane would be a really good fit. But if they can actually lock in a line that McDavid can spend the entire season playing with, how far do you think that goes for the actual entire team as far as success this season?
Right? They'll be the guys day in and day out that are going to have to, provide some momentum, provide some scoring. And you even saw it last night. They took over the first period. They set the tone. It's games like that where, you can't let a team like that hang around for too long. Like last week in Calgary, that was the game that Calgary should have played against the Oil with the disparity in lineups. And you got to have your big boys going and setting the tone right away, just like last night. Shut them down, throw some pucks to the net, score a couple early, and really kind of just set the tone. And Connor does that every night. And this is a big year for Brownie on his right side, financially and just getting back into the game. He wants to reestablish himself in the league, probably setting himself up for a nice, deal past this if he has a good year. But there's a lot of motivation for him too as well. So I see these guys setting the tone night in and night out this year.
Luke, just going down the lineup a little more, and obviously the debate, one of the mini debates here in this market is, 11-7, 12-6, Raph Lavoie getting on the score sheet last night. How would you kind of take this lineup and mold it to your liking, be it right now, and how do you kind of see it evolving throughout the season? Are you more of an 11-7, 12-6? Do you want Lavoie kind of, pairing with some guys at the bottom? Are you strict fourth line, cemented fourth line? How would you kind of take this lineup and mold it to your liking if you had control here?
As a player, I hated it as a player. I hated 11 as a player just because, you kind of can get lost in the shuffle, and there really is a lot to say for playing with line mates. We just talked about it in the top line and having, guys that you play with every night and every shift, and you kind of form a bond with those guys. And if you start clicking with two other guys, it can really do a lot for your confidence and your momentum. I always loved 12, but they play good with 11. I just know that the defense on the back end don't love playing 7 too, because there's one guy who's going to, get lost and probably not play a ton. I always loved the 12 and 6. With Raph, man, I've been trying to figure this kid out all preseason. He's big, he's strong. I'd love him to get in the battle a little more, be a little more physical. He doesn't shine fourth liner for me. Maybe you put him on the third. I've loved Dylan Holloway. He's been a real bright spot, creates offense every time he's on the ice. So him and Clowder on the third line, maybe plug him into that, third line spot. But to me, I'd love to have 4 legit lines and be able to roll those out against any team. I feel like all the teams, the big boys, even Vegas last year, had 4 guys, that fourth line with Carrier and Kolazar that could play against your top line. I think it would be advantageous to them to be able to dress 4 lines. I mean, it's going to be tough at the start with them only carrying 12, but I don't know if that's a sustainable thing long term.
Do you think, we brought up that possibility because Lavoie and Holloway, I know it was just last night, but we had people texting our text line last night, even though we weren't on until this morning, and they're saying, "Hey, do you guys see some chemistry here between Holloway and Lavoie? And when McLeod's 100% good to go, could you put that line together?" And I mean, Lavoie and Holloway don't have a ton of experience right now, but you like the idea of these 3 young guys who can move pretty well. Is that something that you would have to be sort of patient with and see how it goes, or is that something where you see it for a couple of games, and if it's not going to click, you sort of worry and you put Derek Ryan up there to solidify things? How would you like? I love the idea of it. I wonder if it can work.
Yeah, I know. It puts Woody in a tough position because it's guys that don't have a lot of games under their feet or under their belt, and that's what. I've said this before. You just don't have a lot of time to experiment and do things with in the NHL as a coach experimenting lines and as a player moving up in positions and getting opportunities like that. But why not a better time? Maybe try him out early in the season and see how it goes. I really think there's a potential for those guys to roll and play, but it does definitely put Woody in a tight spot because he's got to get this thing dialed in. It's almost, honestly, last night even clouded it up more for me in their head because some guys had good games, and it's like you're approaching the end here, right? And game 8, your last game, is pretty much your lineup. Like from my experience in the games and the preseasons you guys have watched, you pretty much dress your team in the last preseason game. So it'll be very telling to see, what direction he's going to go in. But I feel like nobody has really separated themselves too much for that last forward job, whether it's Lavoie or, Peterson scored last night, but I don't know. I really didn't notice him too much past that. It's just been, a little disappointing for me that someone really hasn't separated themselves from the pack for that. So I think it almost makes things even more difficult for Jay to construct this lineup around that.
Depending on where you look right now, the Edmonton Oilers are a Stanley Cup betting favorite. How do you expect them to approach this season? Like, is it better that, just kind of, do you roll as a big dog and you say, hey, you know what? You're coming to our house. You got to beat us. We're one of the best teams in the league. Or do you try to avoid that hype and not fly under the radar, but try to sort of stay even keeled? Because when you've got the big guns like McDavid and Draisaitl, even though it kind of goes against the grain, I kind of like just be that team, be the bullies, like be the big guys who have that swag. How would you approach it this year with the expectations on this team?
Have to be a combination of all of that, and especially the swag. You can even see them. Like, I know it's preseason, but Kaner, Leon, Connor, these guys aren't even smiling after they score in preseason, right? It's almost like they're upset that they're still playing. They're like, let's just get this over with. Like, they are not satisfied, and I think I know that from knowing some of these guys too, is like they are not satisfied until they get the job done. And I think that's going to be the attitude, from the start till the end. It's like we are not just going to, be satisfied with this, with whatever effort we bring. It's going to be every night. They just want to go out there and they're going to want to dominate everybody, especially at home.
Luke, we're so hyper-focused in this market, as you know from past experience. People are planning cup parades already. Just take us around the preseason. I know Montreal won the cup the other night in overtime against the Leafs. Connor Bedard's lighting it up. Like, what are you seeing kind of from around the league that really jumps off the page for you thus far?
I live in Toronto, so that's all. We can't get away from the Leafs here, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks in the Central, and I watch a lot of Pacific hockey too. I'm excited to see kind of past LA, Vegas, Edmonton. Like, what is Vancouver? Like where is Vancouver going to slot into this? Seattle, is Calgary going to come back and have a little bit of maybe playoff success? Are they going to put themselves back in the picture? I look at Pittsburgh and the job that Kyle Dubas did in bringing in Erik Karlsson, and yeah, they're the oldest team in the league, but who wouldn't want to see another Sidney Crosby, run here towards a Stanley Cup? I look at the Ottawa Senators here in Ontario as well, and the job they've done in bringing in a legit number 1 goalie and the progression in some of their guys. I could see them maybe having some playoff aspirations this year, but yeah, I look at the Pacific, man, and I'm curious to see how this all plays out, because there's going to be some tough games down the stretch for these guys. And I don't know, LA added some size down the middle too. The Pacific's going to be a nice division to watch this year. Certainly tough.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we let you go, Luke, 12 wings in one sitting. Is that the perfect amount, or is it not enough for you? We were having that discussion before we brought you in.
I'm like 9 or 10. I think like 12's pushing it, but not by a lot. I could sit down there and dust off 12 hot wings in any sitting.
Excellent, man. Well, once again, really appreciate you popping by. It's the Mitts Off podcast. They can find it on all the podcasting platforms.
our YouTube channel and all through my socials as well.
Awesome, man. We will catch up with you next Thursday. Thanks for hopping on board this year.
Hey, Luke.
Thanks.
There you go. That's Luke Gazdic. He's going to be with us every single Thursday as we work our way through the season. Brought to you by our great partners over at Pro-Am Sports, your go-to source for all of the new Oilers Heritage Classic gear. I think I saw a tweet last night from Pro-Am saying they had more Heritage Classic gear just roll in. So they're certainly not messing around.
Go get it.
Yeah. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. If you're just joining us, it's the Neelsen Show Uninterrupted. We have decided to cut out the promo breaks that we were taking, and we're just cruising along with the show. You'll get sports updates at 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, and that way through the show. But outside of that, we're just keeping this thing rolling. We're happy to be able to provide you with the opportunity at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or here on YouTube if you're watching to have an uninterrupted morning drive to work where commercials come on that people are like, oh, yeah, commercials, and then you just turn away to another station. We're just going to roll. All of our sponsor reads are all tied into the show, and we've got so many great partners. Like we should get into this right now because what is this?
Let's do it.
Boom. But Maddie, do we have a picture of Gazdic with Rapoport on the somebody in the nasty chat was, I didn't know Rapoport played for the Oilers. Yes, he did. Why else do you think we have him in the market?
One of one.
All right, so Paris Jewelers popped by yesterday. They left a nice clock for Maddie, and then we're not keeping these, but we're going to show these off. So we got 2 bags here from Paris Jewelers, 23 stores across the country, family owned, and they've got some financing options where you don't have to pay for a year. How's that sound? Which one do you want? We've seen these already, but I don't know which one's in which right now. All right, there we go. So these things, you might have to show them up to the camera here, but these are unreal. These are the Star Wars pendants and rings that we were talking about. You can find these at Paris Jewelers. Just hop on their website. I'm actually going to probably be at Paris Jewelers later today. Can't say why. Yeah. Shh. Okay. Can't say why. Anyway, these things are sick. Wait till you see what we got in these boxes. So it's the box. Huge thanks to them for dropping this off. This is good. There's a Yoda quote on this box, and it says, "Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter." How's that? Was that good? Was that good?
Someone's been practicing.
I have been practicing. Last night I practiced a lot. It was great. All right.
Is this the card you read here? Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you for shopping with us.
Ooh, fancy cards with
Across
Star Wars
the
envelopes
galaxy
too.
of choices among this is really nice.
Oh, this is nice. So if you have a Star Wars fan in your family, man, this is it. Wait till you see these boxes. They come with like a USB plug-in.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So, let's open them on the count of 3 here. This is from our partners at Paris Jewelers. 1, 2, 3. Dum, dum. These are they light up, which is why I guess they come with a USB thing. And Maddie walking by the screen there. He's got his clock. Maddie, show this one to the, look at this. This is a Grogu pendant. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is sick. That's a Grogu pendant. They've got other pendants there as well. And then, show them the, this is an R2-D2 ring. This is the ultimate, like, Comic-Con play. If you're going to go to Comic-Con, roll in with one of these bad boys.
Man, that's fresh.
It's
drip coming off that thing.
Unreal. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, careful! Almost dropped the R2-D2 ring. Look at that, like the pattern on the side. I want a Star Wars nerd to get married, and that's their wedding ring.
That'd be a great idea.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great idea.
Whole themed wedding, and
then you have an R2-D2 ring, and then this is the clock that they dropped off. This is a keeper item. They dropped this off for Maddie yesterday, and it's unreal. So let's just say Paris Jewelers, coolest place ever.
Yeah. May the force be with you.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. May the force be with everyone. Yeah. 780-218-9999. We'll probably show those off again at some other point on the show, but they are absolutely phenomenal. And they got lots of stuff. For example, let's say you piss off your significant other.
Sure.
And you're like trying to make good. Why not go see the fine folks at Paris Jewelers?
Does this have anything to do with your visit later today?
No.
Okay. Just want to.
Although, it is nice to surprise. It's
Very
nice to just randomly surprise your wife or your husband with stuff.
You know what? Great idea.
Right, it is. It just is. It's like, wow, you really do love me. Not because of the gifts, but like
a Thanksgiving gift.
It's just, or even just bringing home flowers once in a while, like for no reason at all. Now, my wife's never brought me flowers for no reason at all, but I've done it for her a couple times.
What would be the equivalent of flowers for you? I mean, if you came
home,
honey,
look,
and hey.
Enough of this man-woman flowers thing. Bring me flowers.
You will take a bouquet.
I'll take a bouquet of flowers. I will.
It's nice. Makes you feel good. Bright,
It does-
colorful.
I think it does
There's
make you feel
nothing.
good.
Yeah.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Maddie, is that clock going up in the? It's got to be going up in your office, eh? They did give us 2.
We got 2.
Should we put another
for
one
home,
out here somewhere too?
No. It will
No?
not be publicly.
Okay.
spaced.
You can't do that to Eric.
No, it's a partisan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, buddy, I
he's
forgot.
not.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, I forgot.
You
I'll
can do as
enjoy
many
the
clocks as you
meetings
want.
that I'll have to force Eric to come into my office for.
Yeah, you
Those
just
will be
throw a
fun.
blanket over it.
No, you'll have to come in and endure it those times.
Unplug it,
A
maybe.
forceful meeting.
Hey.
God, that's
I'm going to
that's
put it
good.
behind me, actually. So when Eric comes and looks at me, he
Yeah.
always has to see it.
I like this one. Pat Maroon's bib on the Nasty Chat. Put a chain on that clock, Mr. Lean.
Oh, people are one of that. I think Corey from Acme Meats wanted that too.
Mr.
The Flavor
Lean,
Flav.
Mr.
I did
Lean.
JMO in the tweet yesterday, too.
Yeah. Just for one day. Friday, maybe tomorrow. Or tonight at the Central Casino
Oh,
Sports
dude,
Bar.
roll into
Walking around
the
there,
Central
that-
Casino Sports Bar with that clock on a chain tonight, and I will buy you a brisket.
You ain't going home alone.
I don't think you're.
I don't know if Centric Casino will let me in. with
Oh,
that.
probably not. You
That's
said
a
security's
tight
pretty
one.
tight.
I get cracked.
They
every
might
time
try
I
to
go there. It's
open
very
up
fun.
that whole thing to see what's inside of it, and
Take
it's
it
a
apart.
one of. Was
It's
it
a one of, yeah.
200?
Limited
Or
edition.
was it
series.
500? Box over.
Oh yeah,
it's on the
it's
back.
like a one. It's like a limited edition.
One of 500.
One of 500.
1 of 500.
God, that's nice.
You got
That's
2
nice.
of 500.
And there's 2 of them.
I would take a box of hockey cards over flowers. That text flies in at 780-218-9999. You
Yeah,
probably would. I mean,
that you
that's-
know
yeah,
what?
That would be
oh
the
my
comparable.
God,
Is that the comparable?
that would really find a spot in my heart. Tam rolls in with a box of SPX,
A bouquet of hockey
a
cards.
bouquet.
For
Wayne,
Wayne's-
if you're listening,
Wayne will.
bouquet
Valentine's
of hockey
Day.
cards.
That's a Valentine's Day special.
Here's what you do. You
There
take
you
a
go.
bunch of these shiny envelopes. You kind of like fold them
Oh,
up and
yeah.
you make them like flowers, and then it's a bouquet of cards. Done.
Man, if I walk in seeing that, I'm crying. I'm weeping.
Ever since we've dropped promos, the Neelsen show has Uninterrupted has become a great idea generator.
Train keeps rolling.
It's just you're not stopping, right? It's just they keep coming. 780-218-9999. Did Paris Jewelers lend you the bling like you're Rihanna at an award show? How cool! Pretty much.
We do have to kind of.
Yeah, I should put on that Grogu pendant. Where is it?
Are we supposed to return them? Like,
Yeah. I
That
think
was
we're
never really
returning.
discussed,
Well,
though,
but
was
no,
it?
like here's the thing: it's not like a vehicle where like you take it off the lot and all of a sudden it drops in value. These things, you just wore that R2D2
Yeah,
ring.
that's true.
It's gone up now.
Yeah,
now
well,
it's a Lieutenant Eric used R2D2 ring.
Previously
I want
worn.
somebody going into Paris Jewelers and being like, "I'm here for the show worn R2D2 ring from Lieutenant Eric." But I guess that is how those celebrities roll. Hey, they get all that fancy stuff. They wear it for the show, and then they give it back. Well, they should get to keep it because the company's going to sell a ton of them.
But then do you wear it
because-
again to a public event? You know, it's kind of a one-off thing for the celebs, not for us. I
Yeah,
mean, you're
maybe.
rocking that ring.
Jim Fowler on the Nasty Chat. Good morning, boys. Good morning to you too, Jim. Why weren't you here earlier? And no shampoo Sam on the Nasty Chat to say, boys, I'm back listening from Redlands, California. Let's go. Put it on the map. Redlands, California. We checked off Croatia and California today, which is why we got to get our hands on that map. There'll be so many little things all over it, right? So, well, this is a nice one. This is in from Jess. I think that's our Jess. Anyway, Jess says, I like to bring my husband little bags of candy here and there. I'd say that's up there with flowers. Actually, I guess I should say my wife does bring me stuff sometimes. Like if she has to run to Shoppers after the kids are in bed, I'll be downstairs working on something and she'll come back with a little caramel bar and say, here you go, my love. And she gives me a caramel bar.
That's like a single rose or something.
It
right?
is,
Like,
yeah. I want her to come down the stairs with the caramel bar in her teeth. Like a single rose, but with a caramel bar. I think that would be
That's
great.
Jess.
Is that Jess?
That's Jess.
Okay, yeah, all right,
Yes.
Jess.
I looked at the number. That's Jess.
Your husband's a lucky man with these little bags of candy here and there.
She was throwing out some love for us on the internet yesterday.
yeah.
We see you, Jess.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, thanks, Jess. You can listen to Jess on 100.3 The Bear, but that's it. The rest of the time you listen to us. Kevin Klee in the Nasty Chat says, tuning in at work from Wiley, Texas. Put it on the map. That's pretty awesome as well. All right, here's what we got. We got Ian Rapoport coming up right away. Before we go to Rap Sheet, we're going to dive in to the Thursday Nighter and we will get to the Thursday Night Football Challenge for Century Casino. We got to get to our cool bet hotlines of the day today.
Maybe.
Mr. Lean's already working on it.
Are Europa League lean, Mr. Lean today?
You know it.
Oh,
baby.
man, Europa
Where are
League
we going?
lead.
Figure it out.
Hacken
Artie.
and Korobov.
I know where
or
I'm
Slavia
going.
Praha and Sharif.
Don't worry, not touching Liverpool.
Thank you.
Not
Thank you.
touching Liverpool.
I'm
They're
excited to
like
see where you go on
minus
this one.
400 or something.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's not worth it. That's ridiculous. Anyway, we'll get into that for Cool Bet coming up here, but let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric.
The Edmonton Oilers spanking the Flames in a preseason battle of Alberta. 7-2 your final. Connor Brown, 2 goals and a helper. McDavid, 1 goal and 3 assists. Edmonton will close out preseason action against the Kraken tomorrow. They'll open the regular season Wednesday out in Vancouver. The Oil Kings, meanwhile, they drop one in Saskatoon 5-3 to the Blades. The club will return home, kicking off a 6-game homestand Saturday night against the PA Raiders. Blue Jays bounced from the postseason yesterday. Twins completing the 2-game sweep, shutting out Toronto 2-0. Rangers, Phillies, and Diamondbacks also sweeping their way into the divisional rounds, which get underway on Saturday. And tonight is the night. It is Thursday. It means another Thursday night football. Bears and Commanders. You can join me and the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew for smoked brisket cheesesteaks at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. That's Century Casino Fort Road. It'll be another chance for you to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. The Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day. Sports update brought to you by the staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki. Would he rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. He wants people to be afraid of how much they love him.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
All right, Nielsen Show Uninterrupted continues to roll on this morning. It is 7:31. We did Eric's added some new songs here, right?
Yeah.
We got Dip My Squad. I like.
Oh, we gotta
I like
play
Dip
that
My
again.
Squad.
Yeah.
This is Dip My Squad. This is one of our new ones that we've got here. This is good.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Dip with my pride, with my bone and get bar. I don't even wanna battle, y'all, no remorse. I switch this game up on y'all, not a matter of choice.
So I like Dip My Squad. Dip My Squad is good.
It's really good.
I think we just played Dust Up. Dust Up's interesting. This one's called Glass Hat.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
There's a drop here, isn't there? Oh, wow.
It's like a train spotting type of...
Yeah, that's a real quick one. That's a good one. And this one's called Dough. I don't know if we played
Oh.
this one yet. Let's see what this one is.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Oh, I like that. It's like one of those. That's good. All right, nice addition.
Dance party every day.
Yeah,
Why
things are
not?
just cruising right along, aren't they? 780-218-9999. We are in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. We do have, coming up a little bit later on, we got that show meet in the house today for I Got Beef. What do you got beef with? You can text 780-218-9999. And one of you will win text of the day from A&W. Rapoport's going to join us in about 12 minutes. We'll set up the Thursday Nighter. Where are we going to be for the Thursday Nighter tonight?
Centric Casino, Fort Road, the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, where every day is game day. We got the ponies, we got the Caliente Greyhound track. You got the Bears, you got the Commanders, you got the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew and our families.
Yeah.
My brother will be there, but all of your parents, your siblings,
Your
everybody,
brother, my dad,
grandparents,
his dad, maybe his mom, Tommy's brother.
the entire family,
who he's
Tom's
feuding
entire
with,
family.
Tom's entire family, YouTube Trev's dad,
Yeah.
and Jay Milne, who's kind of like our cousin. Yeah.
YouTube Trev's roommates as well will be there.
YouTube Trev's room. We might not have enough room here. How big is this place?
I mean, we'll have
This is
few
gonna be
tables.
a hell of a night.
Might need ours a little. We'll move some
I'm
tables.
getting very excited. I don't
As
want
you
to work
should.
tomorrow.
No, I'd say rent a room.
I don't want to work tomorrow.
Rent a room.
If I get too
It's the play.
excited at some point at like 10:30 and say, guys, we're off tomorrow. Make sure you force it. Maddie, this is where you got to step in and say, no, Dustin, we're working tomorrow because it's a regular Friday.
I wouldn't mind just going, we're starting later.
No.
Like, if you say that, it might be
Beer of
like,
the week with
you
Scott
want to know
Lordy.
something? We might start at like 8 o'clock or something. Might just do a great 1 hour.
Oh, man. All right, let's reset this quickly, too, before we get into your Cool Bit Hotline of the day. We basically have tracked down all of the audio clips from the old show, and there are 32,000 files that we are going through, and we randomly picked a clip earlier today, and it ended up being the Goose.
It was nearly 100 gigabytes worth of
It's
data.
100 gigs of MP3s.
But none of them
think
are
how many.
labeled.
Think how many MP3s there are in 100 gigs.
But all numbers.
They're all numbered.
There's only
None of the
numerical
names
catalog.
transferred over. So all we know is that we have like 32,000 numbered files. We played. I'm going to mark this one down. Trevor
Files,
did this
say many
earlier.
Files, going through the files here.
All right. So now pick a number. Somebody in the nasty chat.
Yeah.
Or right now in the inbox, pick a number between 1 and 32,000, and we will just randomly play that clip. We're calling it Vault Roulette.
This reminds
roulette.
me of Conan O'Brien on his late show, NBC at the time. They got access to Texas Walker. What is that?
Walker said, and then he had the
And he had the
pulled
lever,
the
and he kept pulling, and it just randomly
Dude,
played
that
a
was
clip.
great.
That's what this reminds me of. It's just randomly just playing a clip, not knowing what's coming.
That is one of my favorite Conan bits.
Oh, it's great.
God, was that good. Conan just used to hit it. That was
First
good.
clip this morning was the Goose calling.
Yeah,
I
we
mean, that
we
was
randomly
eerily,
pulled a Goose clip as I was getting into my fire everybody on the Blue Jays rant. All right, Eric, pick a number. I know everybody's been firing.
Okay,
in.
well, I'm
Grab
going
one.
to. Dustin Drew says 26,000.
26,000. Okay, let me
Nice
slide. Let me
rounded
slide
number for you
further
there.
down the list here. 26,000. All right, here we go. This is number. That's fine. 26,000. Man, there's a lot
Can
of
you
clips. Here we go.
scroll down?
We got a 26,000 right on the nose. All right, here we go. This is clip 26,000 from the vault. Let's see.
Brace yourself.
We never know. Imagine a Brotzel Psy Pinter
I'm waiting
remix
for it.
here.
I'm
Like,
waiting for it.
Move in, everybody. Get your shrimp here. Big mouth shrimp on special today.
what is this?
That's that's the
What's
that's
that?
Bette Midler, Seinfeld, right?
Is that Seinfeld?
And George is up at the bat, and she's calling
that
everybody
right?
in.
Oh yeah, is that one? Okay, I'll play it again.
Move in, everybody.
That's right.
That's right.
Get your shrimp here.
Get your shrimp
Big
here.
mouth shrimp on special today.
All right, there we go.
That's a great episode.
I don't ever remember playing that on the other show.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
That was really good. That was a good one. All right, we'll do that again in hour number 3. One of those will end up being the sound of the day today.
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
Vault Roulette is awesome.
I don't know when we played that. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
can't
that
for the
one,
life of me
I'm
remember
not
it.
going to rename and throw into a folder
No, it's
somewhere.
one and done,
The
but-
Goose one, I got that marked down. That's actually going to be pretty good. And we'll get into a little bit more on the Oilers here as we work our way through the show. Obviously, 3 questions too many, kind of easy trivia coming up as well. Oilers rolling a preseason game last night against the garbage Flames team. So that's like for the Flames, you don't care about last night. That didn't matter. And for the Oilers, I mean, a lot of the guys are probably feeling good, kind of got going offensively a little bit. We'll see what it leads to in the final preseason game of the year. And the final preseason game of the year, Tommy Gazzola, right? We're going to have
We'll do a pregame show.
pregame show. No post?
No post. It's hard. You can't watch it. Not everyone's gonna have
Yeah,
access to it.
so we'll do a pregame, yeah.
No post game for that one. But then come next Wednesday, I believe 6:30 because it's an 8 o'clock start. We will have the Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola, for real.
We're playing for keeps.
First of 82.
Every single game, pregame and postgame, right here on YouTube, and of course on our 24/7 online sports radio station, static free, crystal clear. www.edmontonsportstalk.com, and then click listen live. All right, let's get in your Thursday Night Football Challenge. Rapoport's going to join us coming up here in about 7 minutes' time. Very much looking forward to catching up with Rap Sheet. Let's dive into it over at Cool Bet and probably get into the Cool Bet hotline of the day here. And if not, we'll do that in hour number 3. We got to find out what Mr. Lean is on today as well. But it is the Bears Commanders. Trevor, who's going to be there tonight, has taken tomorrow off of work. So
Oh, yeah.
this guy's
He's
this
getting
guy's ahead of
savage.
it.
Some people are saying, by the way, that clip was from the Seinfeld draft.
That would make sense. Seinfeld draft?
I think it might have been. Didn't we do a bracket on sports moments
Could have been a
from
bracket,
shows?
yeah,
and movies?
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like it's more bracket than draft because I don't remember playing.
We wouldn't have played the clip.
I don't think we were playing clips during Seinfeld draft.
Yeah.
Good guess though.
Sorry to interrupt, but that's just,
No, buddy. No, that's your role.
You're leaning.
Right? Nielsen show is uninterrupted, except when Maddie interrupts us.
Boy, be leaning.
All right, Chicago Bears +6.
At Washington.
+6 at Washington. 6-point spread tonight between the Bears and the Commanders. We'll get into this obviously a little bit heavier today on the Lock Shop with myself and Huss. But Lieutenant Eric, how we play here, it's pretty basic. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you like the Bears on the road plus the 6 points, text Bears to the inbox. If you like the Commanders minus the 6 points at home, text Commanders to the inbox. If you get it correct, tomorrow morning you go into a draw. We draw a name. Boys get in touch with you. And you win a gift certificate to Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge on Fort Road, where you can join us tonight. The whole crew is going to be out there tonight. It is going to be an amazing time. Lieutenant Eric, are you on the Bears +6? Or are you on the Commanders by essentially a touchdown at home?
Bears are 0-4.
Bears are 0-4.
They've given up a lot of points. They were leading though they were leading pretty good last week.
Yeah, they were up significantly.
They were up, but they've given up like 27, 38, 41.
You're gonna take the Commanders -6 at home?
I have to. Yeah, yeah. There's no. Actually, you know what? My brother's a Bears fan. Let's take the Bears. Bears +6.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions of the World! The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws!
I love when he does that.
We all do.
I mean, whatever.
We all love it.
I got nothing on the line. Sure, Bears. They're due, right?
I think I might be leaning on the Bears here +6 too.
+6, yeah.
And that's a pretty big number.
Remember the Jets and the Chiefs there on the.
They need to start running Justin Fields more. It's like they're trying to turn Justin Fields into something he isn't. But we'll get into that with Rapoport. He's going to join us here in about 4 or 5 minutes this morning. I love this. Starvin' Buffalo on YouTube wants us to find clip 1260 in a game of vault roulette. That is an amazing idea.
That right now, eh?
Let me see that 1260. Let's see if we have a 1260.
We have it right. Skips a number right in this.
I'm searching it, but it's going through 32,000 files right now, so it's taking a little while. But 1260. Man, if 1260 is like
if that's the side,
it's a clip. If that ends up being one of the clips that we were banned from playing on the old show, I'm going to be absolutely stunned. Let's see here. I got a 1262. How's there not just a 1260 straight up? Oh, that's 12,062. We got to go way back up this list. Hang on. Here we go. 1,200. All right. We are in the range here. Like we said, it'll take us, what did we do the math on it? 57 years?
That was if we played one clip a day. We're cutting this in half, so we're down to maybe 20 years.
20 years, so that's not too bad.
You're observing holidays and everything.
No observing holidays.
Okay, so we have a 1259 and we have a 1261.
61.
1261. Okay, let's see what's up.
Got the 6 in it.
Sorry,
let's see what's up here. This is clip 1261 from the old vault.
Question number 2. Got a long weekend coming up. What will be your favorite long weekend activity?
Guys, we do have a long weekend coming up. It's all hitting.
We do have a long weekend coming up. What are the odds of that?
Okay, that's one of 3 questions too many later.
Oh, yeah.
That's number 2. That's question 2.
I'm going to save it. 1261. We'll save it. We'll come back to it during 3 questions. This is just meant to be, man. What are the odds we pull 1261 out of there and it's Pinter saying, question number 2, we've got a long weekend coming up. That's
after the Goose calling in and pretty much talking about the Jays.
Yeah.
This morning, as they were last night.
We're in a simulation. We're living in this simulation.
It feels like that today, doesn't it?
No breaks. It's the no breaks.
That's what it is.
We are living in
a simulation because we're about to bring on Ian Rapoport, who's like the best at what he does in the world. And he's with us, which is always incredible. So Maddie's going to get Rap Sheet on the line. We'll dive into this game in hour number 3. It's all kind of merged together now, but we'll have a sports update coming up here at the top of the hour. If you are listening to the Neelsen Show today, we are very happy to provide you on your drive into work with uninterrupted entertainment and sports talk every single morning, crystal clear at edmontonsportstalk.com, and make plans to join us tonight at Century Casino. Should be a pretty good time. I do want this is selfish fantasy football, Dusty talking. I do want to see them get Justin Fields on the run a little bit more. Like when was he at his best last year? It's even the same thing with Trey Ford in Edmonton. Trey Ford wants to be a passer. I think he's a very good passer, but they have not designed. It feels like we haven't talked about the Elks forever because of the bye. But if you have a quarterback who can run, design plays to have him run.
Or at least a few.
Yeah.
Yes, throwing the ball is part of a quarterback. It doesn't matter who you are and what kind of your forte is. But if the guy can run, let's see a little bit of it.
Let him run.
Can't hurt.
Set him loose. I think he had 2 designed runs last week, did Justin Fields. And that was a weird game with an interesting game script, but we'll get into that. Ian Rapoport, find him on Twitter, of course, with millions of others at Rap Sheet. And he's brought to you by Century Casino on Fort Road. We will be there tonight for the Bears and Commanders. We got a whole crew going on. Ian, I have to ask you this. We happen to plan a party with a bunch of our listeners for the Bears-Commanders game. It was mostly for Thursday Night Football. Then we saw it was a Bears-Commanders game, and I thought, if you're going to watch the Bears and Commanders, it might as well be with a bunch of your friends, right?
I mean, I would always rather watch games with my friends than by myself, and I don't know. It actually could be a decent game. I would say the fact that Justin Fields played pretty good last week. I know they lost. I think he played pretty good. I think it's a good sign that at least it could be good and competitive. So I will be watching, not with you guys, but I'll be watching.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I do think the Commanders are a better football team than the Bears, but you mentioned Justin Fields last week. We were just talking about it right before we brought you on. I'd like to see them design a few more runs for Justin Fields. But where's his game at right now? And I don't even know if we're still at the point here where we're saying, like, how important is this game for the Bears? Like, they're just kind of who they are, and this is just going to be the season that they have, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yes and no, because, they are who they are. You're right. I think they are maybe not a very competitive team, not a very good team, but they are a team that's building. They are a team that, you'd like to think is going somewhere. So, where you are as an organization is, you hope to be someone who's building. You hope to be someone who is getting better, who is trying to build for the long run, who is putting the right pieces, all those things. And for that to happen, for you to believe that, you've got to win some games. And so that's kind of where I think the Bears are. It's not like, okay, they, need a win so they can keep their playoff hopes alive. Like, I don't think they've won the playoffs. But they are a team where you'd like to know they're going somewhere over the next few years. So, winning games, looking confident, feeling like you're going the right direction, that's all really important, I think.
As you talk about the Bears building, like what's the next? I know they could have a couple extremely high draft picks the upcoming season, but what's the next piece in the build? Because they brought in a pretty elite receiver. I really like DJ Moore, so they brought that in for Justin Fields. What's next in this gradual process for the Bears?
Next is to be competitive. And I think there have been a few signs, but we're not there yet. And, that's what it's going to be. It's like, do you have a quarterback or not? I think that's obviously the first question. If you don't, then it's like, all right, who's your next quarterback? And then do you have the pieces around him? And then what do you do with Justin Fields? If it's Justin Fields, he's got to show signs, and I think last week was certainly a positive, but he's got to show more signs. So that's kind of the next step, is just figuring out what you have and how competitive you're going to be. And then the other thing is, is Matt Eberflus the guy to do it? Obviously has not won, has not looked confident, has not put a good product on the field. Is that coaching? I think these are all very real questions.
One more on the Bears, and that would be Chase Claypool. Obviously, we got eyes on him because he's a Canadian. It looks like a pretty messy situation right now. I think he probably could have handled it a little bit better, but what do you think happens with him over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think the biggest question is, is he going to be a member of the Bears, right? I mean, is he Is he going to be a member of the organization? Are they going to trade him? Are they going to have to cut him? Just kind of where does this go? Some real questions. He was a healthy scratch. His effort was questioned week 1. I know he's pretty emotional. Will someone trade for him? Will there be a need? Will they have to cut him? Is he someone you just cannot have in the locker room? That's kind of where we are with the Bears. It's not in a good place, but he will stay home today and has stayed home this week as the Bears sort it out.
On the other side of this game tonight, it's still very early in his career. I think they probably have to like what they've seen so far. But do you think the Commanders have something here in Howell at quarterback?
Yeah, I think they have something. I think the real question is, at what level is it? I mean, is he someone who can win games for you? Is he someone you can win games alongside? Is he a superstar that you want to build around? I mean, what is he? And I think, answering that question will probably go a long way in determining how successful they're going to be. I mean, is he, someone you're going to pay $50 million to? Okay, well, he's got to put that on the field. And if so, then everyone probably stays and they're okay. Is he a quarterback where you can do just enough to win? Okay, well then, he's not going to get the big money, but you can spend money around him. And there's still a lot of questions. And remember, the Commanders are sort of in, Josh Harris is the new owner. He's kind of in evaluation mode. How they are this year, how Sam Howell performs. I mean, there's obviously a lot that's going to go into his performance and the team's performance this year.
Ian, just taking a glance forward to Sunday here, and when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I just wanted to get your thoughts overall. I mean, I've been following a lot of people online, Steelers media fans alike. The pitchforks, I think, have been out for Matt Canada for some time, just by my 10,000-yard gaze. The plane, they have issues with their plane every week. Kenny Pickett's in a knee brace. Like, this is an organization that's always just in the mix, whether or not they should be or whatever the case. But they're always humming around. They're always competitive to a degree. Following this loss to the Texans, I mean, 30-6. You're coming home. Tough division game now against the Ravens. What are the Pittsburgh Steelers now? Where do you see this thing going? And are they still kind of, competing for a wild card? I don't know how you could say that, but the Steelers we know of always being up there. Are things slowly unraveling? I know Najee Harris spoke, and it's not so much on the coaches, but what is this all thing? Can you make sense of the Pittsburgh Steelers situation right now?
Well, I think the best way to look at it is they are competitive, but that has not been enough. And, Mike Tomlin when he talks, guys, I mean, he means what he says, right? So when he says there's going to be changes, I think what he means is there's going to be some changes. And, could that be Matt Canada? If they don't improve, could be. Sure, could be. And I think, the fans see it. I think Tomlin is very loyal, but he wants to do well too. They do have someone in Mike Sullivan, the quarterback's coach, who could step in and call plays, has done it plenty of times before. So there are places to go. I think he'd like to give Matt Canada, every possible avenue to improve and get better and really show why he's there. But at some point, you've got to have results. And I think that's where we are with the Steelers. And if it's not this week, then, certainly there's going to be some questions Monday morning.
Well, let's stay in the division there quickly, because what's the story around the Cincinnati Bengals right now, man?
I think this is a little different because I don't think they're in trouble. I just think they're injured, right? Like, Joe Burrow has not been himself. That calf injury is, really limiting. And I think it limits the whole team because he hasn't been able to move. He hasn't been able to extend plays. They had that one game, it was either Sunday or Monday night, where everything was a short pass. Everything was precise. And, you can win like that, but you have to be perfect. You have to be. And I just think he's slowly getting better, but he needs to get better faster. And I don't know if that's reality, honestly. So, as long as he's injured, it's still going to be tenuous. If you're them, though, you just got to hold on until he gets to be closer to 100%.
As always, buddy, really appreciate the time. Enjoy that game tonight. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you, man.
There you go. That is Ian Rapoport, brought to you by Century Casino. Join us tonight. Fort Road, Thursday Night Football.
Smoked brisket cheesesteaks. You can get onions,
Smoked.
peppers. You can say, no, I wouldn't like the onions. I'll just take the peppers, or not the peppers, just the onions, whatever you kind of want to do there. And then you have an option of a side, salad, fries, mashed potato, I think you can also get. So that's what look, Bears and Commanders, yes, the football and everything. The smoked brisket cheesesteak.
Let's throw this out there because we've already laid out a list of who's coming. HR Daddy, Lieutenant Eric's brother, the unbreakable Lucas Holt from Whale and the Wolf. He's a beauty. Matty Iwanik's got his dad coming, maybe his mom. Tommy Gazzola has his mom coming, his brother. YouTube Trev's dad's going to be there.
And his roommates.
YouTube Trev's roommate?
Both roommates.
He's got 2 roommates?
And they're married? Like they're a couple. But they all grew up together.
YouTube Trev lives with a married couple?
You thought Lofters was great.
YouTube Trev lives with a married couple?
You put a couple cameras in that place, and we're
anyway, here's a fun game.
Run that on the stream.
Which of our secondary characters are you most excited to meet tonight?
Maddie wanted a lampshade award going tonight.
Oh, we can't get that carried away.
I don't know.
I have a super long
Thursday
day on
night.
Friday,
Yeah, well,
boys. I don't think. Well, first of all, it'll go to either Tommy or Trev.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to
I
be in
was
the running.
going Trev, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Trev would have been my favorite. But no, like the Lampshade Award will come back for the EST Christmas party.
Yeah.
We will have
Which
that.
will be fun to
We'll have
have
a
because
Christmas
we'll have
party
a Christmas party.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. I'll dress up
We'll
with
do one of
Santa
those.
like I always wanted to.
Can we call it the Engineers Christmas Party for old time's sake?
We'll do 2.
I'll
We'll do
bring
the
in a crock
EST
pot.
Christmas party,
Yeah.
but I'm the engineer someone
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you are.
I'm going to have to do the EST
Engineer
engineer
Christmas
party
party
during
too.
the day.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Oh, in honor of Bob Hunter and Trevor Stewart, I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Because they can't do it.
That's really good, actually. 780-218-9999.
I'll invite Bob and Trev.
They should be guests of honor.
Oh,
Just tell
that's
them
good
like
too.
straight up.
So, yeah.
I'm going to do it like, boys, come on down when you want. Maybe bowl or 2.
Hey, let's dive into the Cool Bet hotline right now. We got all the time in the world. We are now uninterrupted. The Nielsen Show. We do have a sports update coming up here for Lieutenant Eric. right
Fergie's
away.
prostate will be there tonight as well.
Fergie's prostate's into.
In.
My goodness.
He-
Oh, tonight.
If you haven't met Fergie's prostate as well, like maybe he'll bring the pipes, eh? Maybe he'll
Probably not going to be allowed at the casino. I'm talking about
You
Fergie.
could try. Yeah.
Brian, the accountant, says, HR Daddy. Yeah, we'll see about HR Daddy. He'll probably be lurking around here tomorrow as well, like
Good.
inspecting things. Like,
I love him sitting as a studio
what
audience member.
He's just sitting by the door.
laughing. All he does is laugh. It's great. What a positive individual.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Let's get into your Cool Bet hotline of the day. Just going back to this game, I'm going to dive into probably a player prop. Well, Eric was on the Bears and said, I like the Bears. If you like the Bears to actually win this game, which I think is probably taking it too far, you can get on the money line at plus 220. Of course, everything we do here from a betting perspective on Edmonton Sports Talk presented to you by our great partners at Cool Bet. By the way, Pete Greggy, was texting me yesterday about some sizes because they're going to send out a ton of Cool Bet swag for the whole crew. Are you a medium or are you a large?
Yeah. Boys
Because I
medium,
did say a couple mediums because Trev would be a medium as well. Maddie, you're a little bit taller. Are you a large?
No, I'm actually.
You guys are all mediums?
I could be a small. Depending
Shut
on what,
up.
depending,
Tight fit. You want a tight
depending,
fit.
You
because
want a
I do like
super
it.
tight
Well, it's
Cool
not
Bet
super
t-shirt?
tight. No, depending on. I actually Smith's smalls fit me pretty well. Depending on what it
depends
is,
on the brand
it
and
depends
make,
on the
yeah.
brand. Small could either be tight or it's perfect fit.
Kind of a
Medium could
tweener.
be too big or it's a perfect fit.
You
type thing.
and my 8-year-old son
Yeah.
could almost share clothes.
Are you looking for a Pugliarvi jersey, Maddie? At a reasonable
I
price?
got one for you.
I think we
$22.
might know.
So for a
Facebook
hoodie,
Marketplace.
mediums are medium. Large is way too big for me.
Yeah, then you're swimming in it. Yeah.
Pat Maroon's bib says YouTube's Trev's roommates are actually just his parents in disguise.
Unconfirmed, yeah.
Dean says, sounds like a night to buy Dusty shots and clams. No, not going to happen.
Ooh, a clam chaser.
No, there's no
Yeah.
clam
Little
chasers.
Jägermeister with a clam to wash that
will
puppy
not-
down.
That will not happen. That will not happen. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we're looking at for. Oh, don't mind that one. What's the passing yards on Justin Field? I know that's a sketchy proposition. So it's
You want him to run.
192 and a half.
We cheer for the run.
The Commanders have had trouble with the deep ball so far this year. I don't want to put it on field passing. Let's go DJ Moore. Wait, where's Terry McLaurin? Where's my boy Scary Terry? here?
You got to get a little, yeah.
Scary Terry, 4.5 at minus 139. Receiving yards for Scary Terry, 59.5. Should we go DJ Moore? And we'll get to Mr. Lean in a second here because
Yes.
we got some Europa League stuff. DJ Moore over 49.5 yards receiving, or Terry McLaurin over 59.5 yards receiving. Let me bring up DJ Moore's game log here in a sec. I think I want to go DJ Moore. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go DJ Moore. DJ Moore over 49.5 yards receiving tonight will be your cool bet hotline of the day. You can get it right now at -110, but your cool bet hotline of the day over 49.5 receiving yards for DJ Moore. I like that because I think he's got 6 catches already this year with air depth of 20 yards down the field, and the Commanders give up some deep shots. So I think there's a chance DJ Moore can get this in like 2 catches tonight if that's what ends up happening, which is why I feel better about the yards than the actual receptions. Mr. Lean, Mr. Lean, he's a betting DJ machine. I think that came in yesterday, which is good. So what happened yesterday with the lean?
So I ended it all saying the lean I'm going with. If there's one, it was Man City to win, and Man City won. City with the Holland
goal,
bet builder, that didn't pay off. PSG win and draw, no bet, that didn't pay off.
You did say your official lean yesterday.
But still, that bothered me. So today I got to keep it shorter, just limit my leans. Although, friend of the show is in tomorrow. Scott Laurie. I'm not doing that one as the official one. But Scott Laurie did say in the Nash chat a little earlier, come on, Mr. Lean, give my Rangers some lean luck today. We all know if you pick them, they win. They are taking, I don't even know who they're taking on, Eris Limassol.
In Europa League, some of the clubs don't even have the logo registered.
Yeah. What's the name of the team?
Eris Limassol or something.
So I think it's probably in Europe.
Well, of course it is, because it's a European competition.
I told you, I'm good at guessing cities in the
Rangers on the road at +112. So on for Scott Laurie as a secondary lean of the day.
Cyprus.
Is that Cyprus?
Cypriots. Yeah.
So a little bit of travel, but I'll go Rangers +112 as a secondary lean,
Wait, that's a secondary lean?
Yeah, I've got a main lean that I'm going on.
But you just said you were going to stop doing so many leans.
But Scott jumped. I got to help out Scott here.
You're the biggest DGen
I got to help out Scott.
Place.
Scott wanted it, so I got to help out Scott.
Okay.
But so this is the one I'm going with today. 10:45, the match gets going in France. Marseille hosting Brighton.
Ooh,
I like Brighton. I like Brighton. Marseille's
Brighton.
not high in the table. It doesn't seem like they're having a strong start to the year. Brighton's a good team.
They're good and fun to watch.
Even when they lose Graham Potter last year, don't miss a beat.
How did they recover from losing Potter?
Roberto De Zerbi.
Everything was just they just have a great system.
When they lose players, another one
Roberto
comes
who?
up De Zerbi. Remember that name, Roberto De Zerbi.
They beat United a couple weekends ago. I like Brighton. Now it's tough to go on the road. So that's what makes it. But +128 Brighton, I like that number.
I'm loving it.
That's the lean I'm on today.
Okay, that's it.
Brighton winning over Marseille in Europa League.
What's that value on that?
+128.
+128.
+128.
Mr. Lean.
The body of a teen. Somebody says that was.
Is that in a text?
Yeah.
Oh,
Troy.
Okay, I gotta find that. That could be text of the day. Mr. Lean.
It was right after you talking about the shirt size.
With the body of a teen.
Amazing.
Well, Pat Gregor asking Mr. Lean in a small, how about an extra medium instead? Medium will work.
Medium work.
That's good.
It's always safe to go with a medium.
It is, yeah.
Because smalls, it could go back and forth.
Mr. Lean with the body of a teen. Cool bet highlight of the day. DJ Moore over 49.5 receiving yards. And Brighton.
The Seagulls.
Is that Brighton Albion or whatever it was?
Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion.
Okay, yeah, because back on FIFA. I remember. Okay. I'm on board with this. Nash is in and says, I might drive to Edmonton just to ask HR Daddy where he thinks he went wrong. Which would be with me. And I would say it was probably when I moved away when I was 19 years old. I just never advanced past that point.
Ask him about the truck deal, maybe, hey? Maybe
Let's see if that pops up tonight. Working on that one. All right, let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric. And hey, we're not going anywhere. Right into 3. Oh, yeah, kind of easy trivia. That's right. Without the promo break. Yes. Good work, Maddie.
Text.
We need somebody right now to play kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. If you would like to play, text in right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And just say, hey, I'd like to play today. Want to get some Mr. Mike's. Go get yourself a classic Mike burger. Absolutely delicious. So we will get into that. 780-218-9999 if you'd like to play Kind of Easy Trivia today. If you're just joining us, we've cut promos completely out of the show. It's the Neelsen Show Uninterrupted from 6 to 9 every single morning. Still bringing you those hot sports updates, though. Lieutenant Eric, what do you got, buddy?
Oilers with a big win in preseason action. The latest BOA, 7-2 over the Flames. Connor Brown, 2 goals and a helper. McDavid, a goal and 3 assists. Final preseason test will be tomorrow against the Kraken. The Oilers drop the puck on the regular season Wednesday out in Vancouver. The Oil Kings, they drop one in Saskatoon, 5-3 to the Blades last night. Oil Kings return home. They'll open a 6-game homestand Saturday night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Jays, they're out.
You're out of here.
Yeti! Bounced from the postseason, the Twins completing the 2-game sweep, shutting out Toronto yesterday 2-0, an aggregate 2-game score of 5-1. Rangers, Phillies, and Diamondbacks also sweeping aside their opposition. The divisional rounds will get underway on Saturday. You can join myself and the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew tonight. Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road for Bears and Commanders. We've got the scoreboard going. It's free, and your chance to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to Los Angeles to catch the Rams and Browns. Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day.
That update brought to you by United Sport and Cycle, your home of hockey for over 95 years. 95 years. And the hockey days are on right now.
The Neelsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, what's going on? Cruising along. Hour number 3 of the Neelsen Show, coming to you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Thank you very much for joining us today. You can get Popeyes, DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, wherever you get that fun stuff. Get that food delivered. They have you taken care of on that front. We're going to do I got beef, which will bring us back around to the Blue Jays, I would think. What do you have beef with? Text us 780-218-9999. Or hit us up in the nasty chat right now as well. Tell your friends that the Neelsen Show is now uninterrupted every single morning so they can join in on the fun as well. Who's going to be playing today, Maddie? What's that smile
I heard.
for?
I can't believe you didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Do I even tell him who it is, or let him just go on air?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you could just go on air with
Is
who
it Menopause Nick? My guess would be it's Menopause Nick. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Neelsen.
Hey, Menopause Nick. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I just want to say that was the first Hey Neelsen of the new show.
Yes, it was. You're right, Nick. Thank you for keeping track of that. Surveyor Brett, put it in your phone. That would be great. All right, Nick. Well, we'll start the ticker after read the first question. If you're the first person to screw up, it would be legendary. Let's just say that. Here we go. You ready?
Oh, I know. Yep.
All right, here we go. I'll start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck, buddy. Trying to get your hands on that gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Who did the Edmonton Oilers beat last night?
Calgary.
Which Oilers scored 2 goals last night?
Connor Brown.
True or false? The Jays sucked the big one.
True.
Which team just eliminated the Blue Jays?
Minnesota Twins.
Justin Fields is the quarterback of which NFL team? What did he try to do there? What did he try to do?
I love it.
My name is Julius, and I'm your twin brother. I've been looking forward to this moment my whole life. Excuse me, but I was just taking a shower. Tell me a little bit about Vincent. Was he a great athlete? Was he interested in chess and poetry? My name is Julius. My name is Julius. My name is Julius.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
No, not today. You cannot come to my house. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, congratulations. Menopause Nick is going to be up in you.
Yeah, congratulations, Nick. Like, that's a celebration. You can have your champagne clubhouse things, but this
Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. The sirloin bites, absolutely to die for. And classic Mike Burger, the Neelsen recommendation. You can now get that out in Fort Sask as well. All right, we'll get into 3 questions too many coming up. If you watched the Oilers and Flames game last night, what are you most excited about? I threw that out on Twitter last night. We'll come back around to that. We'll go there here in hour number 3. Lots of good answers, actually, to that question. If you want to chime in right now, if you're listening, driving into work, whatever, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and in the nasty chat, of course, as well. Hey, guys, when are we getting Pinter for the hangout? People have been... Actually, quick Pinter story. YouTube Trev yesterday. You had gone in to do the hangout with Millard.
Yeah.
Trev was out here. He goes,
fun.
"Hey, Dusty, who's this Pinter?
Pinter.
I said, well, it's a traffic legend, like show legend, Rick Pinter. And he goes, yeah, somebody messaged and said that I could be like the next Pinter. And he's all worried. He goes, like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing or what? I said, look, man. Pinter, it's always a good thing to be affiliated with Rick Pinter. It's a great thing. So then Trev was like, oh, okay. So different animals, different beasts. To be honest with you, I'd love to see Pinter and Trev in the same room at the same time.
Bit of an age gap.
That would be something interesting. But yeah. Anyway, there's that. We would love to have. I mean,
he
would get Pinter in on that.
He would love to be in there. Every time we text him, he's standing by. Like he's always standing by, ready to go, ready to race. You just tap on the arm and he's running out of the bullpen. And as I said yesterday, too, at the AM Nasty Summer Bash, the guy was ready to party.
Oh, he was.
I mean, he was walking in there with that Lakers drip. I know you two were just jealous. And he just posted up. I think he sat on a stool, just kind of back to the wall and just...
Pinter's presence at the Nasty Bash was much more than I thought it was going to be. It was awesome. Guys, trick question. Fields doesn't play for an NFL team. Well done, Kyle the Embalmer. Well done. All right. This is the final day to get in on the naming of the beer. We're going to announce it tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll get to that in a second. But let's get into 3 questions too many here. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment today?
Yes, I do. It's 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki. Mitch has already sent in various applications and resumes to all of the Blue Jays front office positions you fired earlier in the morning. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. He could do that both. He could manage the car dealership here in Edmonton. And I mean, it's 2023, so he could kind of like, work from home for the Jays, right? You could do the scouting and
you could do it all.
It's got to be better than what they've done so far. So yeah, he'll apply and maybe get a position or 2 moving forward with the org.
If you missed it earlier this morning, I did go down the Blue Jays staff directory and fire a bunch of people.
You fired them all, as they say, right?
Shapiro, done. President, out.
You were making
Ross,
up names
Ross
there near the
Atkins.
end.
No, I wasn't making up names. These are real people. Ross Atkins, Executive Vice President, Baseball Operations General Manager. You're gone. Schneider's gone for sure. Who else do we have here? Oh, James Click. I asked James
That's the
Click
one I'm
this
talking
morning.
about, yeah.
He's the Vice President of Baseball Strategy.
Not anymore, he ain't.
You're gone. You can take Sanjay Trihuri with you, the Director of Baseball Research. Guess what? You're gone, and you might as well file Pete Saunders while we're at it. He's the Director of Baseball Systems. Yeah, I mean, all these people have to go. Dan Goldberg, Senior Baseball Research Analyst. You're out. Liam Stevenson, Senior Baseball Research Analyst. You're out. They have 2 Senior Baseball Research Analysts. Fire them all. Absolutely embarrassing.
Them all.
Embarrassing with the Toronto Blue Jays right now, to the point where you're not even sure that this group should stay together. I would prefer the group staying together with a whole new group overseeing them.
Brand new analytics.
Yeah, a different level. Let's get to like the 3rd level of it. I think
you
that would
just
be
want
good.
old baseball back. We were talking about Gibby.
Is that too much to ask?
Dial it back. No, old baseball again. They should all be chewing dip, lots of dip.
Question number 1. Actually, do you have a Twitter account?
I do.
What is it?
At Lieutenant_Eric.
And what's our station account?
Station account it's called Edmonton Sports Talk. The handle is at YEG Sports Talk. YEG Sports Talk. It's the airport code. Get it in. Give us a follow.
We're over 4,200 right now.
Yep. And so look, tonight at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, I'll be having things going in the account. The YEG Sports Talk account will be humming. you want to make it on there or whatever you do, give us a follow. Swing by tonight. It'll all be we'll get you on there. We'll get you a call up. You can make up a funny name for yourself.
Yeah.
You can meet Renee. Renee will be there tonight. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Really funny name for yourself.
Follow. We're on Instagram, Edmonton Sports Talk. We're on TikTok.
YouTube. Trav's big on the TikTok.
He is going to get that thing going.
Yeah.
We're going to be TikToking.
A couple of nasty chats. Cash says traffic is completely stopped on the Henday. Cash, are you talking everywhere on the Henday? Maddie's going to look on the Henday right now. I can see he's already moving. Weather-wise today, we are looking for a high of just 7.
Are you serious?
A high of 8 today. And then 19, 22, 21, 22. Beautiful weekend.
Oh, okay.
Just a little chilly. A little chilly today, which is good for old hoodie guy like me. Anyone who is remotely affiliated with pulling the pitcher should be gone. Yes, that's why I'm trying to go through this list and have anybody that's involved in any sort of strategy.
Managerial. I mean, I think it was
well, then,
A-Rod they were talking. This goes higher.
Done with the manager then. You know what? Save it. I got beefs coming up.
Yeah.
I got beef coming up. We got show meet. There's lots to get to there. I don't want to get into it right now.
Henday, westbound, just off of Calgary Trail to all the way to Rabbit Hill Road. You know, Google Maps has red.
Yeah.
This is dark red.
Dark
there's like
red?
burgundy and stuff. This is so there's.
And where was it again?
Looks
So
like,
southwest
so
leg.
it's south. Yeah, once you come off Calgary Trail, if you're going west all the way to Rabbit Hill Road, there's a road closure somewhere around there.
Oh no.
That's causing, according to a little bit of a road closure on AB 216W. That's what Google Maps says. But it's dark red.
Try to avoid it.
There is a northeast or northwest Edmonton. I know exactly what's the problem there. It goes from 3 lanes to 2, right just after St. Albert. It's orange on here, so it's not too bad, but I understand why that's happening. Henday looks pretty good pretty much everywhere except that one spot. Again, it's burgundy.
All right, and that's your latest traffic from Matt Lean Higgins.
Wow.
It works actually because
That's
Paul Lean,
multiple
Matt Lean,
fronts.
Mr. Lean. I mean, it all really sort of ties
Yeah.
things together there. All right, so avoid the Henday. Surprise.
Not all the Henday.
No, but
The
I mean,
southwest.
if you can get
parts.
around other
We're not-
ways, it's
yeah.
probably better to get around other ways. Question number 1. Over or under 24.5 goals for Connor Brown this season? I know we had people earlier in the nasty chat today saying he's going to get 30. He's going to get 30. And if he stays healthy and plays with me, the problem here is to get 30, you probably got to be dabbled in on the power play a little bit. And there's just not going to be you're going to take the under 24.5 even.
I'm going under.
Oh wow.
Somebody has to say it. I'll be the one.
So you hate Connor Brown.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what you're getting out of this, right? Like, I think I've been pretty over on everything else. We've been kind of asking some weird. I mean, I'm always shooting for the. I think with this team, it's never. But yeah, I mean, I'll go slightly under. You mentioned, I mean, his power play maybe, and constantly looking for a 97 shooter. I don't know. He's just under 23.
I think I'm going to take the over. I'm going to go over the 24.5 goals for Connor Brown. If he has any sort of legit chemistry with Connor McDavid, he can get this without scoring a power play goal. I honestly believe there could be 25 even strength goals sitting out there for Connor Brown playing alongside Connor McDavid.
There could, if everything goes right. I know.
You're knocking on wood because the desk is wood.
The desk is
in
wood.
fact,
If you can't watch.
some
right
good
now.
text messages on the Henday incident there. If you are in your car driving, and 91% of people who are listening to the show are listening to it on their phone because it's extremely convenient. Even if you're like, oh, it's so difficult, it's very easy. There's a major accident. They got the whole road closed, diverting everybody up through the Rabbit Hill Road turnoff. So that Terwilliger area is going to be an absolute mess. Multi-vehicle collision. I will say this. Hopefully everybody is safe and no major injuries coming out of it. And that's a major pain in the ass for everybody else heading into work today. Did we want to play that second question from Rick? I got to bring it up again. What was it? Do we remember the number on that
1261.
one? Oh, that was the Pinter one? Yeah, that worked out great. Okay, just give me a sec. I will reconnect here for question, because it was question number 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So quickly, the vault, we have access to the old vault, but the entire thing, 32,000 files have come numbered with no names. So we are just going to continue to play vault roulette basically for the next 57 years until we unpack all of these clips. 1261. Here it is. Question number 2. I do believe this is what we had earlier on the show today, and it just randomly worked out extremely well that we got it.
Question number 2. Got a long weekend coming up. What will be your favorite long weekend activity?
Oh, boy. Do you think that might have been for like a summer long weekend?
Had to have been.
I would think.
Yeah, more of a...
Yeah. Anyway, we randomly picked 1261 today in honor of 1260, and it was Rick Pinter asking a question for 3 questions too many about a long weekend, and that's what we have coming up.
No
So,
show Monday.
What will be
We'll
your
be
favorite
observing the Thanksgiving
activity
holiday,
of the long weekend?
Yeah, well, you mentioned the temperatures there. It's going to, 20 degrees, sunny. I'm cleaning. I'm doing the entire yard. The wife and I, the yard work.
We did that last weekend.
It's all coming down. This is the weekend. It's nice because you get the extra days, so you don't have to like kind of rush it all in.
Have you cleaned out the whole garden and stuff? Like it's all
Not yet.
Okay.
A few carrots to pull.
Yeah, we pulled carrots this past weekend.
Yeah. It's going to be a beautiful thing. But again, I like the long weekend doing it here. You get the Monday to kind of rest if you want. Friday you rest too, but Saturday and Sunday, big working days, 21 degrees. I'm loving it.
Beautiful.
Sun, this is the time to do it. Well, you make hay when the sun's up, right? Isn't that the
That's a real popular farmer saying.
Farmer
Yeah,
saying
it is.
But look, it's a little boring. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a beverage or two, maybe fire up the grill, if you will.
Oh, hit that barbecue.
It's Thanksgiving. We're not doing a turkey.
Are you? Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going away. I'm not having family in or out or whatever. I mean, see my brother, but it's just kind of we're not Americans, right? It's Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. It's nice. You get the day off. You maybe spend it, have a pumpkin pie, but no, I might throw maybe a steak or something like that.
I have family coming in, and it's kind of weird because I'm leaving. But family's coming in. I'm flying out tomorrow, do that Riders game on Saturday, and flying back first thing Sunday morning. So I will get to spend time with some family, which I don't get to do very often. So it's nice that my parents are rolling in. But, of course, my favorite thing from this weekend, just to once again point out to you guys that Suits and I are great buddies. My favorite thing will be Friday night at Memories in Regina.
Memories.
Having a nice fancy dinner and watching the Bombers. By the way, see the Bombers just released Agadosi? Why'd you eye roll Agadosi? That's a weird thing to eye roll.
That's not a needle mover at all.
Oh, I think
did he
could
make any noise in the Dunya this
I don't
year
think
at
he
all?
was
I mean,
picked up once.
Well, no, he didn't play. But
No, I
that's
know, but
because
I-
they're so deep at receiver.
Well-
Agadosi's, he's good.
He's just big.
You're Agadosi.
Yeah.
This is the only show where we're in the whole country. I don't even know if Huss has an Agadosi debate on Winnipeg Sports Talk. But I think Agadosi should be picked up by somebody. He's a unicorn. He's like 6'7". He's a freak.
Who did you say needed the Beggleton? Maybe that's the
Toronto?
maybe.
Oh.
That's actually a smart move by Toronto, just also like the football, get the insight of the other team.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
call it now. Agadosi signs with the Argos.
Get Coolbeck. Is that moving?
Yeah, well, that's okay for the kid that line.
So 2022, in the 2 games he played, 70 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns.
But he had
I called that 2 touchdown
You
game.
remember that? Yeah.
That's why I guess I love him.
This year, 4 games played, 120 yards,
No touchdowns?
including the long being 47.
No
Well, they
touchdowns.
Threw it up to him. He's
Eh.
The big guy.
no.
yeah.
I think he should be somewhere like in Calgary. I think they could use him in Calgary. I think they could use him in Ottawa. I think they could use him in Hamilton.
He's a 3-4 receiver.
Yeah, but he's a cheat code in the end zone. Literally, he's taller than every
Yeah,
other
toss
player
up
in the
there.
league.
He's
Like
guys
just
at
toss it up to
Redwood,
him.
yeah.
He doesn't even have to jump. He just like reaches up and grabs it like an adult to a child. Anyway, I think Agadosi could play somewhere. Totally got sidetracked there. Oh, I was talking about the great dinner. The great dinner that I'm
Memories.
planning.
Making
Having
memories.
with
I'm gonna send
Suits
you- I'm gonna-
and
I'm tweeting
others.
I'm tweeting
It's
out.
not just you and
It might just be
Suits.
Suits and I. We'll have to see.
Okay.
But I'm going to tweet out a selfie and just be like, best buddies having dinner in Regina. And then you guys you'll see that we're still tight.
Any seafood on the menu?
No seafood on the menu. Are you ridiculous?
I'm just going to be intrigued. I don't want you ordering it. I'm wondering if he orders the red wine.
He'll have some red wine.
Well, we'll
dinner
find
with
out because
Andre
that's
type
where
of
this
thing.
all started
Tell
from
me
is that
more.
he's not ordering that red wine with you anymore.
He's
so
having some red wines.
I don't know.
I'll be having a red wine tonight at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Who are you? Suits?
well, Fergie's prostate. It's for the health benefits, right?
Yeah, no, it's really
Large.
good. The best thing you can do for your life is drink a bottle of red wine every single day.
Yeah, a bottle, exactly, yeah.
Question number 3. Boys, with the new promo-free format, does this mean we can get some new fun segments on the show?
Well, we said earlier, like, we're not adding it, but we are adding time. If you add up all the promo time, we're adding on what, like a half hour of so you could fit in 2 segments there, I guess. bonus
Yeah, I mean,
stuff,
so if you have like
let us know.
this is what we told. We told clients this. We told other people this. The best thing about Edmonton Sports Talk is that A, we're not forced to go to commercials. B, look, Eric's going to take a leak right now. This is what happens now, and we can do whatever we want. So if you have an idea for a segment, even if you have like a company, you're like, well, I think my company could sponsor this segment that the boys could do really well. Just reach out, man. We can add whatever segments we want now. So get creative. It's always kind of been like our show and your show, even at the old place. But now it's really our show and your show. So that really, really helps. And there's the show meat. Oh, wow, it's actually wrapped in butcher's paper.
You thought Gazzola smelled good.
Yeah.
The studio's
Oh.
going to be smelling great.
This is excellent. We're going to do I Got Beef right now. Yeah, what do we got here?
This regular jerky.
I can see it's a little bit less than everything else. All right, let's do it. Let's dive into it right now. I got beef for the fine folks at Acme Meat Market. They've been dishing out beef for 100 years. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Corey was by yesterday. He came in, dropped off the show meat. He was pretty excited about it.
Yeah, you can follow him on Twitter at Corey the Butcher. It's not just him that has beef. His daddy, his it's a family thing for this.
He's born into the beef.
He's born into the beef. And thank you, Corey, for bringing not just the beef, but some of those stickers. I think you could probably pick up some stickers at the shop, Acme Meats.
See, if we were to build show meat Otani, this would be the torso.
Yeah, and
then put the other leg up. No, that's too long for legs.
Gosh.
There are two legs.
Okay, yeah, and then
put the head on. Show meat Otani.
There he is.
It's a thing.
He's beautiful.
All right,
Corey
what
was
are you
also
gonna-
in the nasty chat earlier this morning.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he popped up there. Yeah.
So this is pepperoni and garlic sausage.
I love one of those.
This makes me feel like Rocky Balboa. I don't know why. Like, there's something about going. You know,
That
you
butcher's
go to
paper,
like you go to a big store, you roll in, it's all wrapped. You're like, how old is this? Like, you know it's fresh when it's coming in the butcher's paper, right? Like, all right, so is this the jerky you guys tried yesterday?
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Now you got to eat it while you're doing
Look
the
at this
beef.
thing.
You got to okay.
Yeah.
Rip me off a little. Yeah, give me.
Show meat. Now you want some show meat? Yeah. Oh, this is delicious.
Yeah.
Acme, you brilliant bastard.
And that's just the plain.
This is just a plain.
All right, plain.
Holy smokes.
There's like the hot and the teriyaki.
Teriyaki. You can't go wrong with teriyaki. Oh, you could have thrown it back. Show meat.
All right. Yeah. I kind of have the beef with the grocery store meat. Now we'll tee off on that. I mean, it does look.
We got to be careful because we do have grocery store legacies, right?
No, I know, but with the pricing how it is, you could dress it up a little more. You don't need to have the film. Would it kill you to wrap it in some of this nice, beautiful butcher's paper? I'd be more.
How much is butcher's paper? Because, I mean, with the plastic and the styrofoam that you're wrapping other stuff in.
I don't have beef with Corey using the butcher's paper. It's delicious.
Man, this jerky. Maddie's got his eyes closed over there, like
It's so good.
Oh, this is. I'm gonna have more of that.
I got beef with people who drive slow in the left lane too.
Is that another thing you got beef with?
Well, it's terrible. People do it all the time. And then there's a lady this morning getting the coffee. You have the rewards on your phone, and she's putting it through the drive-through window, and it's taking 10 minutes. And that's why I was a little late this morning. It was a beef with her. Took her license plate number and everything. And she's getting like a wrap, and it took way too long. And I was sitting there wasting gas, and she kept passing her phone back and forth. And 6 cars lining up in the drive-through.
In the drive-through?
It's just it's the morning time. If you get your stuff and leave, like you can't be looking at the menu and what do I first time?
Yeah,
drive through or it's either a coffee or a sandwich and get going. Like get on with it.
What do you got beef with? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. By God, he's going for the sausage and the pepperoni.
You got beef. What do you got beef with?
Well, I got a few. You kind of brought up one thing that I have beef with. But yeah, hit us up. Oh, I like this in the nasty chat. Lars Y says, "Nice paper. I bet you know where Corey got that from." That's a Tommy Gazzola. You're here just in time.
Take a bit.
Take a bite of this sausage,
wow,
Tommy.
Wow.
What else we got in there? Oh yeah. You want to split this? Oh, look at the size of this. Oh, you want some wine? Oh, buddy. Show me. Oh,
yeah,
this is delicious as well. Tea biscuits. Got his hands on.
So what you got beef with there? You got
Well,
beef?
I mean, one thing I will say, I have beef. I've got beef with a couple of things. I already went off on the Blue Jays. I'll certainly come back around to that. However, you want one? Give Maddie one. Ooh, careful. Almost knocked down the camera.
Sorry. Yeah.
I got beef with fast food joints that don't properly staff their staffing levels in the morning, right? Because we're always rolling through in the morning, wherever you go, and it's extremely frustrating. It's like they put the ECHL players in the drive-through at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. Now, I guess maybe that's the way it has to be, but we used to go to one place by work. The lady there was operating it. It was an amazing experience. Now everywhere you go, like it's a mess. You're ordering things without egg, you're getting egg. You're ordering a latte, and you're not getting the latte because the latte machine. Like I got beef with people who are understaffing or putting the bad staff on in the mornings. It gets busy in the morning. It gets very busy in the morning.
I would agree with your beef here that maybe noon, that'd get busy as well. But the morning, getting people off the morning, that's when you want to have your A team, right? Like the dream team of sorts, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
That's when you want people going. One person to be making sandwiches and starting the latte machine. You can't. You got to have more. You got to have more. You got to have your good team. I agree with that beef.
Honest Hansel is in and says, guys, that's $1,000 worth of show meat. Breakfast of the nasty.
Yeah.
We don't know how much it is. Corey just hooked us up with this, so that was nice. But eat fresh, eat local, eat at Acme. This is delicious stuff. This pepperoni is terrific. Tube Sock says, nice looking set, fellas.
Out of sight. Very fresh.
Well, we won't leave the show meat out here forever. But when you request a show meat and the show meat gets delivered, you kind of got to dive into it right now, I would think. Matt, you know what we should do tomorrow? When Sobeys is in for Beer of the Week, bring a little show meat for Scotty, too. He'd probably like that.
Dustin with
after celebrating a big Rangers win.
Yeah, why not? Good with beer. Dustin with a Y. My daughter decided we should have steaks from Acme Meats this Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
A Thanksgiving tradition, unlike any other. Steaks from Acme for Thanksgiving dinner.
If you don't want to do the big bird, go to Acme and check out what maybe Corey gets you on a different path. It starts a new Thanksgiving tradition. I do have beef with people who need to have a turkey on Thanksgiving as well. You have a smaller bird.
I prefer to have a turkey on Thanksgiving.
We all prefer to have a sports car, but you a smaller bird, maybe a pheasant or something. If you're money wise and everything, times are tough, right? Go to Acme, talk to Corey. Maybe he's got something for you.
I've got beef.
A bunch of pepperoni.
I've got beef with people. This is in 780-218-9999. I've got beef with people not zipper merging in Grand Prairie. 1,000 cars lined up in the left lane, and only me driving up to the barricade to zipper in.
But
use both lanes, people. Come on.
Probably
That comes from
gets a bad look,
AA in GP.
Probably gets a bad look when he does that, too, from everybody. That's the point of the zipper. You should go up to there.
Yeah.
Everybody lets one person.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel guilty being right side guy.
No, yeah.
But you shouldn't.
Everybody's looking at you.
Boys, I got beef with fast food drive-through attendants who put coins on top of bills and the receipt when they hand it through the window. I always drop those little bastards. Give me the coins, then the bills. That's in from No Shampoo Sam
Coin
today.
in hand.
Coin in hand, and then the bills.
And then the bills.
They put it on top,
the coin
it's a
and the
mess.
bill and the yep. Nope.
I like that one, too. 780-218-9999. Guys, I think you need to set up a sausage hanger behind you, and then you can cut pieces off as you need.
Well, we can cure them as we go. Yeah, I like that.
That's a pretty good one as well. I do have beef, though, with the Toronto Blue Jays organization. I mean, if we're just going to tie this back into sports for a second. You know what else I have beef with? I have beef with preseason not really meaning a thing anyway. You know, how many guys, not to use Ben Gleason as an example, but I'm going to use Ben Gleason as an example. How many guys around the league play extremely well in preseason, but because of where they were drafted or how they were signed or what they've done in the past, they don't even have a shot of making any sort of team? I got beef for those guys who come in and say, man, if I really play well in the preseason, maybe I got an opportunity. Maybe I can do something here. Maybe I can change my career. But it doesn't matter because this guy's drafted in the first round. Even though you play better with him, you're never going to have a sniff because of the way that the cap structure or the way that this guy's got to go through waivers. This guy doesn't have to go through waivers. It's that entire thing. The preseason is an absolute waste of time. It's a waste of time. How many guys have you actually gone and watched and gone, wow, this guy's preseason, he really deserves it. He's going to get the spot. And then after like 4 days, even if he makes the team, he gets sent down anyway because he doesn't come with pedigree. Now, draft pedigree in the NHL is not what it is in like the NFL. The NFL, they'll just keep retreading these first-round picks forever and ever and ever. But I do wish, you got a little bit more and got rewarded a little bit more out of a preseason.
Here's the thing. And, Maddie, we've had beef for the longest time with the NHL not instituting a bit of a cup format. What about the Gary Bettman preseason cup?
The Gary Bettman preseason cup.
Oh, it doesn't need to be a cup. It can be one of those plates that we talk about, right? Something. But again, something to aspire to and chase. The Lane Petersons of the world and the Gleasons would be like, hey, I want my name on that Gary Bettman plate.
The Gary Bettman preseason plate. The Gary Bettman preseason plate.
You get 2 points to start the regular season.
Hey.
Each conference.
Now we're talking.
Whoa.
Best record in
2 bonus
preseason
points to start
in
the
the
regular season.
conferences. You get 2 points to start the season.
I've never heard a preseason idea that I actually think has any sort of staying power. But winning the Gary Bettman preseason plate, getting 2 bonus points to start the regular season,
Right on the
will
shoot.
eventually be shot down by everybody.
What?
But I still think it's kind of a neat idea.
Probably already doing it in Europe.
I don't have beef with that one.
Old Gil in the nasty chat and says, I have beef with Vladdy sleeping on second. Come on, man. You can't get picked off. Where are you going to go? That was really bad.
That's one of the many beefs you can have with that
Well,
game or series. I guess.
you can have a lot of. I also have beef with people who, like, last night I'm seeing them like, man, this is unbelievable with the Jays. It's not unbelievable. This is exactly who the Jays are, right? There's a reason we took the under yesterday for our cool bet hotline of the day.
Yep.
And why was that? Because we figured they'd go out with a whimper. And they went out with a whimper because that's just who this team is. That's what I got beef with. Anybody who thought they were going to do anything else. They weren't going to do anything else. And I love Vladdy, but I got beef with Vladdy too. You can't get picked off in that spot in that game. Like, Vladdy and Bo are supposed to be these drivers. They both had critical base running errors in a 2-game set. I also got beef with Major League Baseball when you're going to play 1,000 regular season games and then the playoff series comes down to 3. I don't know. There's got to be some sort of way you can modify that a little bit.
They had their champagne
Play
celebration.
140 games and then make up those other games with more playoff games or something. Mr. Lean, you're shaking your head. You agree with that one or you disagree with that one?
One of the things that makes baseball playoffs great goes from a marathon to an utter sprint.
I'd still like to see a best of 5 in the first round.
Best of 5.
Best of
You
5.
get
Just
the
give
both
us a best.
ballparks,
Give
you
us
got-
a
you
best
put
of
them
5.
yeah.
Give us a best of 5 and go from there. I think that would probably end up being better. 780-218-9999. Hey, guys, how about this one? Oh, for the Gary Bettman preseason plate. The winner gets an extra $3 million in cap space.
Now we've
Ooh.
entered the.
That's better than the 2 points.
The
even.
stakes are high.
To get the extra $3 million in cap space. Damn. Wouldn't that be something? Mark is in it, says, my beef, 8 preseason games.
He wants more. Not enough.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah, you never
be
said.
specific here. I can't get enough.
Boys, I got beef, literally. This year I'm smoking a 19-pound brisket for Thanksgiving. It's going to be glorious. That comes from Sheldon, not in a white garbage truck. So he literally, physically has beef. That looks pretty good. That should go over okay.
That hot jerky's got a nice little kick.
Oh, did you have some of the hot jerky?
Yeah, it's over by your monitor. It's by the monitor.
Well, you got it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it right now.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm on a latte and beef jerky breakfast here. We'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Get ready for that smoked brisket cheesesteak tonight, baby. You gotta leave
That'll
a
be
little
good
for that.
too. Yeah, let's see here. Good time Charlie's in it says, I have beef with you guys eating. It doesn't make good radio. Lieutenant Eric sounds like he's got marbles in his mouth.
Well, that's the point of this. Is the point of the segment, right?
He doesn't have marbles in his mouth. He's got delicious pepperoni and
beef.
sausage in his mouth.
Beef sticks and
Yeah. All right, that's I got beef. Eat local, eat fresh, eat Acme. Show meat delivered by Corey yesterday.
butcher paper.
That's outstanding stuff. You know what would be nice to wash these down? Our very own beer. This is the final day to get your names in for the Neelsen Show Lager. We're going to announce a winner on Friday, and then we transition into the label contest next week with our partners at Alley Cat. We've got some beer names that have already kind of been rolling in. There was one that I saw come in earlier today that I wanted to kind of get into the mix. I can't find it. What are you doing, Maddie? Oh, Tommy wants a beef jerky?
Give him the hot one.
Yeah. Throw that.
Give him a little bit of heat. Give him
Have
that
a
high
little bit of show meat there, Tommy.
heat.
He'll like that. So here are where we are. This is where we're at right now with the beer names. The Conch Me Lager, the What Say Brew, the 6 O'Clocker Lager, the Daddy Likes Lager, the Nasty Est Lager, the EST
That's
being
not
on
bad.
the end
I
of
like
that.
yeah.
The EST Goldschlong Brew, the Dusty Lieutenant, which we think could be a fun name for something else, but we don't think it's going to work for the beer. The Nasty Cat, the Nasty Juice, the Nasty Nectar. These are other ones that have rolled into. We also had the Static Free Lager today. That came in at 780-218-9999. So this is literally the final call. This is last call. This is 1:30 in the morning, and it's last call. You're like, I better get a couple more because I'm having a great time. That's what this is right now. So if you have a name that you've been saving, and you're like, I'm going to sneak in late and slide this one into the boys, now's the time you got to do it. 780-218-9999. Chris, how about this one? Club Beer Loop. Instead of Club Beat Loop. I don't know if it works for beer, but that's a pretty clever name.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. Kind of easy lager. I'll put that one down on the list.
Nice.
We're going to probably put it down to 5, and then you know what we're going to probably have? A meeting. And get to the bottom of this. Kind of easy lager. I don't hate that one. Put it in the mix. 6 o'clocker lager, 100%. Adult Things lager, that one in from Randy B. If you're watching right now on the live stream, make sure you hammer that thumbs up button. And if you're listening right now live in your car, you're at work already, and you're on the stream, 780-218-9999 to chime in with any last second beer ideas. We're teaming up with Alley Cat and Sobeys. Alley Cat's brewing the lager. We're promoting and labeling and naming the lager, and Sobeys is selling the lager. We'll talk about this a little bit more with Scott Laurie when he's in tomorrow for Beer of the Week. Morinville Greg says, how about a pint of Pinter?
I like it, but
Renee's Brew. That's in from the Bandman. Renee's Brew. I thought we had a Renee one already in here, didn't we? No, the Daddy Likes Lager with a Renee label. That was one of the suggestions there as well. Jason says 12 degrees of nasty. Probably a little. We don't want 1260 on the beer. We're trying to move past that. Like we still have some fun with it and stuff, but guys, I'll take a 6-pack of 6 o'clockers. Well, it'd be 4 packs, right? It would be a 4-pack of What Say Brews, or because they're tall boys, or a 4-pack of 6 o'clocker lager.
Yeah. I think you guys know where I stand yesterday in the meeting.
But we completely changed your mind in the meeting.
Yeah, but that's how it works, right? Like you
this is why you have meetings.
You tabled some great points. I listened,
nice
and I was like, well, I can't go back now. So I don't want to reveal where I don't want to skew the voting process.
Yeah.
Here, but I think we've.
But you liked one, and then you
really
actually sort of been convinced.
Really like one. Yeah.
We've got like almost an Inception thing sort of brewing here, no pun intended, where it could end up being named one thing, but you could use some slang for it on the other side. What are you looking at there, Matty?
After you're done with this, I got a little bit of breaking news from our friends at Coolbet.
Oh, okay. Well, we're done with it.
Okay.
We're good. Anyway, hit us up, 780-218-9999. If you have a name for the Neelsen Show Lager that's going to be launching hopefully on December 1st, and you can have it. You can give it to people for Christmas. You can have it for yourself for Christmas. You can buy a flat of it and just throw it into the fridge. That's what we're going to do here. Daddy Likes Lager is really solid, guys. That one in from Steven.
Turn your beers
this morning.
on.
Turn your beers on.
Great. Great text.
That's a good one. Maddie, what do we got?
Pat.
P. Greggy.
Patty on the pitch.
He emailed me saying he's trying to get your guys' attention.
Well, I think I saw it text into the inbox.
We've added an exclusive for the Coolbet hotline of the day and Mylene. If you go to coolbet.com right now, you go to exclusive.
Come on.
There's an Edmonton Sports Talk parlay. DJ Moore over 49.5 yards. Plus Brighton over Marseille plus 380.
Plus 380.
The Coolbet hotline plus Mylene.
Mr. Lean.
Plus 380. Coolbet exclusive. You all can't get that anywhere else.
The Coolbet hotline Mr. Lean exclusive.
Boom.
Amazing.
Plus 380.
Plus 380.
Right now, go to coolbet.com, click on the exclusives, and you'll see it right in there.
You got 2 hours, basically, because Brighton plays at 10:45.
You got to move quick. Got to move quick on this.
But this is a whole day thing. Yeah, you're
if
now
Brighton
taking it to the.
Brighton
well, you gotta
gets
get
the
it now.
win, then you're all set for Thursday night.
As they say in the biz, if Brighton gets the win, we're live tonight. Right? Like we're live tonight. And if Brighton loses, then you know what we're doing tonight? We're chasing it. I'm going to chase it. I'm going to be adding even more on that DJ Moore play. So, all right.
Coolbet.com. Exclusive Edmonton Sports Talk parlay.
Steveson says, wow, I would hit that. Plus 380? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. We added this one in here. This is one that popped up early on the name thing just quickly. The the Ale of the North.
Well,
I think the Ale of the North would be our first spin-off beer.
Yeah, that came in early days too. And
Yeah.
that if it wasn't ale, I mean, that hands down would be the choice.
Let's say whatever our first beer is does extremely well, and we decide to team up with Alley Cat to either like make a different version of it for the playoffs or launch a second one for the playoffs. The Ale of the North is a full-blown playoff ale. Like,
Only drinking out of goblets and steins.
that's it. It doesn't even come in cans. You just have to get a goblet. You go into the back of the Alley Cat, and they fill it up for it. It's the only
Shove
place
a
you can
barrel
have
or
it.
something. Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. So keep these rolling in here. Guys, my issue with the 6 o'clocker is it's somewhat the same vein as a clocked out from another brewery. Just a slight issue there. 6 o'clocker lager has a different ring to it, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. We're going to push the heck out of it. So I think that'll end up being pretty good.
But we'll have a name. Like by this time tomorrow, we'll have a name.
Yeah,
Kind of locked in. I mean,
I
that's,
think by
we should, eh?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we even announce it tonight. Eh?
At
Maybe
the Century
we
Casino
announce it
Sports
tonight,
Bar Lounge.
Century
Yeah, why
Casino.
not?
I mean,
Renee's
eventually,
there.
we'd like to have it on tap at Century Casino. That would make
Maybe Renee could make the announcement.
that would make sense. Somebody named Renee announcing our beer.
You can meet Renee tonight. Like I think they were kind of clouding. I know there's the smoked brisket, cheesesteaks, and everything, but Renee will be live at the Century Casino Sports Bar
Cash,
Lounge
what Cash was wondering earlier, though, have we confirmed with Renee, though, that there will be enough brisket for all the nasties tonight?
You got to show up early.
I'm going to call
You gotta
ahead.
show up
I'm going
and
to
you gotta
call
show up.
ahead and reserve brisket.
I mean, do it. The game is on.
Patty's on the nasty chat says, guys, how about another spin-off beer? The Mr. Lean Lager, a light, low-carb beer. That's pretty good, too. That's pretty good. We got the wrap coming up. We'll get there in a second. The Edmonton Oilers last night pumping the Calgary Flames. I know many of you have already chimed in on this today. 780-218-9999. The question is, where do you put Raphael Lavoie? Do you play him with Dylan Holloway because it looks like they might have a little bit of chemistry? If that's the case, who's the fourth line center on this team? Is it Derek Ryan? Is it Matthias Janmark? I don't think you're going to put Holloway in that spot. It would really make no sense.
Is it Ryan McLeod?
Is it the Nuge and then McLeod slides down? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I would like to see, and I don't know if they end up getting just peppered in their own end, but a McLeod, Holloway, Lavoie line has so much potential to be something that the city just falls in love with. Like, if that was to click, we have a full-blown song for the entire line type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is that thing when you look back on it in 10 years and go, man, remember the Oilers Cup run in 2023 and the next wave, the next era kid line with McLeod and Holloway and Lavoie, and it ended up being a real difference maker. Like, I think when you look at that line combination, that's the fantasy that you're living, right? Like, that's what you're kind of dreaming and hoping would happen. Now, in reality, it might be something completely different. But if you're Jay Woodcroft, would you not be kind of intrigued by that? And then you can run the vet line with Fogle, Ryan, and Janmark.
Yeah, you kind of like your blue collar type of workman's thing in this young, fun, full of enthusiasm type of line, right? That fans are gunning screaming out. And when Woodcroft was brought in, to replace Tippett, it's this younger type of atmosphere and attitude around the team. The fans would love it. People would attach themselves so much to it. But it is the NHL and it is still hockey, right? So I don't know if it works. But that elder statesman line, that older, more non-sexy, if you will, line, that's even got me a little excited, to be honest.
Yeah,
in this market, I think it would hit.
They're not technically elder statesmen, but I do.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, but I like the line being labeled the elder statesman.
Yeah.
You know what Woodcroft needs to do more late in the third period? Needs to put out the elder statesman.
I suck at picking to do a mock-up photo. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
the elder statesman.
Yeah,
if that's a line for opening night, I suck at picking the elder statesman. Like a real sort of distinguished sort of graphic for those guys. Brent is in this morning. He says, I think there's a bigger question here on Nurse and Bouchard. Were a disaster in their own zone last night. Look, Nurse and Bouchard are going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride here at the beginning of the season, which is why I think by mid-November, I could be wrong on this, and if you want to, for some reason, like hold a grudge and come back in mid-November and be like, you were wrong, Dusty, feel free. I mean, it doesn't matter to me at all. I'm not going to argue with you. But I do think that by mid-November, we could just end up seeing Bouchard with Ekholm, Nurse and Cece, Kulak with the rotating.
It's there.
Younger guys.
Right? It's always there.
It's always when it happens, right? So DJ is in on the Nasty Chat. Says, back when you guys were just on the radio, I rarely listened to the whole show, but I have been all week, and I just wanted to let you know it's been really great. A perfect mix of sports and fun. Keep it up. This is DJ right now, which somebody else followed up immediately in the Nasty Chat. We'll do this right here. DJ, us to you.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, Chunk. Oh, I love you so much.
Yes, I do love you, Chunk.
And no breaks.
No breaks.
So you thought it was...
Okay, so let's get into the wrap here for William Huff. If you want your place to look as great as ours, WilliamHuff.com. They've been around for 72 years. They're actually the perfect split right between myself and my mom. Like, my mom was born in 63, turned 60 this year. They were in 72. I was in 81.
It's also the amount of time it would take to play all the files that we've recovered
That's
from
true.
the old place.
If we would have started in 72,
Yeah.
we'd just be wrapping it up. So
Wrapping
that would
it
be
up,
good.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to your sound of the day. I think we go back to the very first one. Do I have the
We're gonna
first
have to.
number?
We're gonna
What's
have
the very
to.
first number here?
It's, 23,000.
12,455 was the one that we played. We'll get back to that for your sound of the day today. But what did we learn about the first Nielsen show uninterrupted? I feel like it's gone pretty smooth. I'm not sitting here like drained right now.
No.
We didn't run out of anything to talk about.
Yeah.
And the regular season hasn't even began. At that point, we'll be able to do 90 straight minutes on an Oilers game, so that's no problem. How you feeling on this?
I feel good. I mean, it's as I said. I truth be told, I didn't have to use the washroom once this morning. Which
Yeah, me neither. I
don't
didn't
know
have
what
to go
that
pee.
means. I mean, I've had some
Yeah.
coffee. I had a little bit of water. You've been drinking your water. We had some meat. I mean, I don't know. I feel good. We're cracking packs. We're living large. I don't know. We're doing this on a Thursday, right? We're all at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge tonight. We're feeling randy. You don't want to do something like this. Try it out on a Monday. You know what I mean? I think doing this, executing this show as it was on a Thursday, heading into a Friday, and the night
Friday's
going
gonna
to
be a breeze.
And Maddie's Europa League lean and everything. I mean, we're going now, and this was a good day to do this. I'm feeling good.
I think I like where we're headed with it. Hopefully, if you were listening today, it was awesome because we didn't cut away to 3 minutes of promos. Still got you the sports updates you needed along the way. And, I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to allow us to get even more creative and have some more fun with stuff. And when we want to dive into, like, a super deep sports conversation, we can do that as
Like
well.
Carlton Agudosi being released by the
Well,
Bombers.
I
earlier
mean,
today,
to go meh on
Well.
Agudosi being a free agent. We didn't even talk about this. I do not know why.
He said meh, right? Was that?
Yeah, he said meh. He goes meh. Also, Maddie, your energy levels from the start of the show today were awesome.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
That's
it was really
something
good.
too,
I liked
yeah.
hearing that. I am disappointed. I guess this is late. I got beef. I got pepperoni here still. I'm disappointed that nobody pulls the trigger on anything on CFL trade deadline. Like
a tradition unlike any
if
other.
you're BC and Winnipeg and Toronto, like, are you just so arrogant that you don't think you can improve your team in any way? And if you're Edmonton or Calgary or Ottawa, why would you not try to move as many pieces as you can? You're not going anywhere. Get a pick. Unless maybe picks just don't matter. I don't know.
Well, they only matter so much. It's supposed to be a deep draft year. But who are you trading away if you're the Elks that you don't think should return next season?
Purifoy?
I would bring him back.
No, but he can
if
come
you can.
back.
But the problem is when you trade him away, there's a chance you might not be able to bring him back. That he signs with the team.
Chris
that he
Jones
trades
should be scamming everybody and telling all his guys, hey, I'm going to trade you away for picks, but we'd love to have you back and we give you more money next year.
But there's a risk that won't happen. That player goes to the other team and goes, you want to know
They can still go to free agency anyway. Or you're saying
they might sign beforehand and they don't get the market. You don't get the chance to bring them back. So that's where I go with this Elks team for this year. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It'd be nice to see a couple trades maybe to grab some picks. But is there that player you're comfortable with moving on from if you're the Elks? Because that's the thing you have to be looking at.
It just seems like it's a gentleman's agreement not to do any trades. Unless there's a player with something that, he needs to get it. You need to get him out of the market and you ship him off. And
Kolaris was a deadline day pickup 4 years ago. by the Bombers.
Really late.
Deadline
Yeah,
day, yeah.
it was like super late. It was almost like, wasn't it almost like past?
Yeah, it was like,
Like,
it
it
was
was
right
Even
at the
that
deadline.
too was a team getting rid of him with the Fajardo coming. Like, it wasn't necessarily a, like, you know what I mean? They didn't go out and get him for like a push run or something like that. He was getting those head injuries. There was nothing much.
This is kind of
It was kind of a weird. But like, what could Toronto? And you mentioned the receiving, but Toronto, BC, and you mentioned Winnipeg. I mean, who would they be looking at to bring in? And I guess who would be the dance partner? Edmonton?
I don't know. I just feel like there should be like 1 or 2 or 3 trades on deadline day. Imagine
This
if
has
we would
been
have
the
had our
CFL.
deadline show yesterday.
Well, this is why we didn't plan for it.
That would have
This
been tough.
is why there isn't one, and that's why we should make one.
A free agency show?
Then a CFL
just to
trade deadline
force the
show.
GM
Just
to
to
like
force
go
them
to
to make a move.
Randy.
Yeah.
We'll have every single GM on and be like, "You doing anything today? Nope. Thanks for coming." All right, let's go to Chris Jones and G-Roy together. Both of them on. You guys got any trades coming? Nope, no problem. All right, let's go down to Dave Dickinson in Calgary. Let's run through them all.
Somebody's got to tell the story.
Yeah, somebody's got to say, here's why these trades aren't happening.
But free agency is always a fun day.
Free agency,
and that's why we're gonna have the
Free agency
crossover
shows
event.
happening for
CFL
sure.
free
Winnipeg
agency
Sports Talk, Edmonton Sports Talk coming together.
Take
Feb
that.
14 or whatever.
Canadian Football League fans. Like,
And
we'll be there.
boom. It'll be bigger than what TSN.
I gotta say, actually, I would be pretty excited for that. That would be a really good idea. All right, let's get to your text of the day today. I think you guys can find them under Troy. By the way, Troy might be there tonight.
Oh, I hope so. He's almost got a
By Troy.
semi-residency.
Yeah, he said,
He'll
I'm going to
pop
try
in
to get
the odd
somebody to
time.
look after the kids tonight.
Great.
Your text of the day will win a gift certificate from A&W. They got the new chicken crunchers out there. Be ready for that. $20 gift card up for grabs. I like this one. It came in when we were getting to that Mr. Lean segment. Mr. Lean, the body of a teen. So find that one. That'll be your text of the day today. Looking forward to that. That's a great text.
Really good.
All right, sound of the day today. We did debut the fact that we do have access to the vault, like the one. We had a bunch of the clips earlier, but we tracked them all down. So we've got 32,000 files to sort through, and they're all just numbered, so it's very random. And we said, give us a random number in the 6 o'clock hour today. It'll probably end up being your sound of the day. And of all the clips that we could have, the day after the Blue Jays get disappointingly swept out of the postseason, somebody picked clip, I think it was it Savage? Anyway, picked clip 12,455. And this was it. And it ends up becoming your sound of the day. How about the timing on this?
Bueno, es Jose. Dejo mensaje. Hello. Hello? Hey, Balsita, it's me, Gazdic. The Goose. Now let me get this right here. You injured yourself by falling down in the field? Ha! Sissy, that's what you are. And what's all this gibberish about a 6-man rotation? What's the matter here? Nothing but a bunch of noodle arms on that team? Why don't you Bluebird boys do what we all used to do back in the day and throw 150 pitches 3 times a week? Like real men. That's how you get more hair on your chest, yeah. Bat flip my ass. P.S. Tell your boy there, Filthy Sanchez, that the Goose thinks he's a punk. Okay, I still hate you. Bye now.
I like the random Aaron Sanchez burn.
Well, where do you go? The Bluebird boys there?
Yeah. Kevin is in and says, guys, any talk of a drive home show? Not yet. However, if you do want to be entertained on your drive home, what are we usually replaying in the afternoon? Neelsen show goes from 1 to 4.
Yeah, and then 4 to 5 lock shop, which would also
Get you ready
include
for
a
the
little bit of
games,
fantasy
right?
football 5.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's a combination of either
Two guys
EST
who
Hangout or
Hangout.
2 guys or Oil Stream, and until we get to Friends of EST later in the night.
Yeah, so if you want something clear and entertaining on the way home, we got you covered there too. So that's
Tonight, Turf District, 8 o'clock.
And Oilers pre and post as well throughout the entire season.
Throughout the entire season.
Preseason, and tomorrow we'll have just pregame, and then come next Wednesday, pre-post. Tommy's got you covered.
When you are
completely
driving
for
to the
82
rink,
games plus playoffs.
Yep. You just go to edmontonsportstalk.com, click listen live on your phone, and it's that simple as that. And we're hoping to have some other ways for you to consume the show here in the near future as well. What is coming up on the Hangout today, buddy?
On the Hangout today, Tom Gazzola will be facilitating it.
Ooh.
Joaquin Gage in, as he's been in every Thursday. He's also brought former NHLer Dave Cooper, as well as David Muddle, who's with ZER1, ZER1. .ca. It's coming to West Edmonton Mall in 2024. They're going to have state-of-the-art hockeyology and athletic care centers.
Right there at the mall.
Yeah, so that's
Is
all
it
we're
by
going to
Bubba
find
Gump?
out. We're going to find out in the hangout.
There's lots to talk about actually in the hockey world.
Is there?
Right now. Well, what was the thing about the
well, there you go.
the change room stuff?
Oh, I thought
See
you
that
meant Bubba
yesterday?
Gump. There was a lot of talk about
Well,
Bubba
there's
Gump
always
in the
talk
minor
about
hockey. That's
Bubba
like,
Gump.
okay,
we could do 3 hours on that movie.
So that's all
Can't
coming up
sit
on the
here.
hangout.
That's coming up on the Hangout today from 9 to 11. We will have the lock shop at 11. Myself and Huss setting up the Thursday nighter. And hey,
10:45 till the cool bet. Edmonton Sports
10:40.
Talk.
Okay, so you got to get on this
parlay.
right now.
Exclusive.
You got to get on it right now. It's the Cool Bet Hotline of the Day / Mr. Lean exclusive. What's the number? Plus 380?
It was 380, I think.
380.
Let me
It's so
double check
juicy.
here.
I love it.
Come on, you seagulls.
Coolbet.com. Hit exclusives and hammer that bad boy. And who knows? If
Plus 380.
If Mr. Lean comes through again, we are on fire tonight. We'll be all over that DJ Moore.
Well, when DJ Moore eclipses that later, like, I mean, if
49 and a
Brighton
half.
can hit,
It's a
then
huge
we
celebration,
will
right?
be
So
pumping it in
we'll
there.
get into it on the lock shop today. I think Pat Gregor might be popping by to help us set up the Thursday nighter. Patty, if you're watching,
Patty on the pitch.
pop on by today on the lock shop. We'll have the Fantasy Football 5. Talk a little bit about who I like tonight in the game, including my boy Scary Terry. Maybe what about Dotson? We got Dotson here. Fantasy Football 5. We'll see you tonight at the Century Casino, Fort Road Sports Bar and Lounge. Come on in and say, hey, I'm here for the good time. And they'll send you back to the Sports Bar and
And the
Lounge.
smoked brisket cheesesteak.
Should be a lot of fun.
Smoked brisket cheesesteak.
The Neelsen Show, Uninterrupted, day 1. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow, continuing to set up the Oilers' regular season, which finally is just around the corner. Tell your friends about the show. For Matthew Wanek,